Start time. Hey guys. Who do I see on here? I see Advanced Fantasy Games. He says like, subscribe, comment, and share. Hey you guys. Steven, how you doing, man? So we're having some technical difficulties with our guest, David Quick, is having some really hardcore video problems. So gonna have him reconnect here in a second. Hey Brass, how you doing? Good to see you all. So yeah, we'll hopefully have him join in a second here. But oh god, I gotta turn the music off. Ugh. All right. Hey, yeah. Oh gosh, okay. Let me see what's going on here. Anyways, guys, yeah, welcome guys to the DM and Friends. We are supposed to have we're supposed to have David Quick on tonight. We were going to talk about a video that I just released today. And it evolved. It was titled When the Torch Goes Out. And what that is kind of a 4-parter, and it's part 1 in a series that I kicked around, where it's talking about tension in the dungeon. In the dungeon. So the first thing I thought of was, well, what's a big tension builder? And the first thing I thought is, light. Light in the dungeon is a huge piece of tension for the dungeon. So so I'm going to do the next one will be and what happens when the torch goes out? What happens? I mean, it gets dark, and what happens? Wandering monsters come, or senses heightened and everybody freaks out. So this one right here that came out today was torches. Next one's going to be wandering monsters. Then we're going to get into tracking turns correctly. And then the other one would be doors. I think doors are a big tension getter too. So let's see what. Here comes David. I'm going to see if we can get him on here.
Testing.
Oof.
Yeah, still rough. Okay.
It's super rough. What do you guys? Those of you guys that are on, can you guys? Is his voice matching with this video? I don't think it is. Tell me, what do you guys see? Yeah. Yeah, you cast Infravision. All right. We could try it if you want. Yeah, you're super delayed, bro.
That's not good because I talk a lot.
I love it. Yeah.
People are going to be trying to keep up. So it's probably better to do it right than to do it this time and not even half-assed.
So Inner City Games Design, are you saying that you see the lag, or is it just on my side, guys? Can you guys see him? Like, go ahead and talk, David.
Scotch. I like Scotch. I'm here with DM Angelo to talk about Scotch.
Yeah, you know what you can do? You could probably just do audio if you want to turn your video off too. That's another way.
Yeah, we can give that a try.
It's up to you, yeah. What I'm kind of you can keep it on too. It doesn't matter. What I'm kind of worried about, I feel like our voices weren't matching either. So I don't want to like be talking over to you or waiting for audio to catch up. So yeah, the Inner City saying, yeah, it's laggy, man. So yeah, he is laggy.
Scotch. Is this any better?
Yeah. It's I don't know. I can't see you. Yeah, his mouth moves and then his voice speaks. Yeah, that's kind of what's happening. Yeah.
My wife would love that if she could have that installed.
Yeah, no kidding. Huh? Yeah. So Penerick 379P. Good to see you. I haven't seen you before, and I appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you so much. We got Inner City. That's Chris Clark. Chris, if you wanted to jump on, you're more than welcome to. Steven, yourself also. Advanced games. I see you guys in here. It's like romper room. I'm gonna call out everybody.
I remember that late.
Yeah. Did you grow up with that show too?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you guys. So sorry for the delay. I'm super excited to have you on, David. And thanks so much for coming on last minute. I think I asked you yesterday. And I thought about this topic with you, and I've wanted to get you on kind of the show to pick your brain about just your stuff. I know you're a big Cthulhu fan, and you're just a big gamer fan, in general. And I wanted to get you on here and just kind of babble and talk and get to know you. And so yeah, thanks for coming on last minute. It's super cool.
Thanks for inviting me. Many would argue that this way is better. They can hear me, not see me.
Yeah, yeah, you can be sticking your tongue out at everybody. Yeah. So yeah, you guys. So welcome to the DM and Friends. I am DM Angelo, and below me is David Quick. Sometimes keeper, sometimes DM, sometimes. What other games do you play?
So I play almost anything that someone will let me play.
Okay.
I run everything from story games to D&D. I run Fate. I've run at TTRPG Con a couple times. I have an all Arnold Schwarzenegger game that typically I end the con with. That is great fun.
Yeah.
I run D&D, DCC, Weird Frontiers, Call of Cthulhu, Everway. Over the Edge is one of my favorites. And right now I'm actually writing for a game that's not actually out called Eldritch Wastelands. It's a game of post-apocalyptic Weird South that I'm actually quite looking forward to. I've been talking back and forth to people today about getting an adventure together, and we're gonna do it at NTRPG Con in Texas.
Yeah.
And it's going to be 2 tables that go on 2 different missions and then come together and do different things together to get to the final requirement for the mission. And
nice.
I'm not going to tell you too much because I don't want to give it away, but
yeah.
this game is Southern folklore. It's like Cthulhu meets True Detective meets Smokey and the Bandit meets I mean, it's everything Southern and apocalyptic.
Yeah. Were you a big True Detective fan? I mean, season 1 was amazing.
I love True Detective. And pretty much, Angelo, anything that you watch that doesn't give you easy answers quickly, I like. So I'm a big fan of Prisoner. I'm a big fan of Twin Peaks. I'm a big fan of True Detective. And there's a list of things I need to watch that friends have told me that I just haven't gotten around to because I've been too busy moving state to state and doing other stuff. But I will get around to them.
Yeah. It's funny. I just recently I have a friend that makes fun of me because this last year I was just going through season 1 over. I mean, this is weird. I know this is weird. Season 1 over and over and over. There was anyways. There's something about
there. Yeah, there's a lot there in season 1, and
there is. Yeah.
One of the things I love about that show is that it reflects what you bring into it.
Yeah.
If you come into it thinking it's just a detective story, that's kind of what you'll get out of it, and you'll wonder why there's some weird stuff going on. But you can walk away thinking it was just a weird culty detective story.
Yeah. Yeah. It let's see the comments here. Alabama Southern Goth horror game sounds awesome. I like that they pulled in like the King in Yellow, and I like that they kind of pulled that Lovecraft, that chamber stuff.
I love that they did it without being too obvious, and with it being nuanced.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of people summoning Cthulhu. On a show or in a game. I'm much more a fan of things operating from the shadows and being harder to discern.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, like people like us who have probably read The King in Yellow, because I have. That really, you hear that and like, whoa, you know what I mean? And yeah, but I think it probably went over. I mean, it was a cool little teaser, a little tidbit, of lore in there. Definitely, I didn't care for the other seasons for sure, but especially season 2. Oh my god.
So I don't think they were as good, but there was fodder there. There were things that I enjoyed about them
Yeah.
that I certainly took away.
Yeah.
But it's kind of unfair to compare to season 1. It was
I think they
really
set the
good.
bar so high, dude. Like they set it so high. It was so well done, and Matthew McConaughey and oh my god, I just went blank on the other dude's name, but
Woody
holy
Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson. Yeah, sorry. They were just so good, and they had such a great dynamic too, and yeah, great series. Yeah, great.
It's a problem for most TV shows that they have a very difficult time rising to the level of their first season, because if they were a good concept initially, they typically shoot their wad and use most of the ideas early on to stay on the air. And then they get to season 2 and they're scratching their head trying to figure out what to do.
And how many episodes was that? Was it 6 or was it 8?
I thought True Detective was 10. I'd have to go back and look. It was more than 6 for so it was either 8 or 10, but 10 is what sticks in my mind. Yes, Brass Monkey, I have read those books.
True Detective season 1. I have to look because I've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it was 6, dude. Oh, it was 8. Okay, it was 8. And that's what I also liked about it too, because it was so to the point. Every episode was good. Not like a lot of series that are out there that want to stretch it out to, multiple seasons and multiple. I don't have the attention span, to be honest with you. But that first season, I can watch it over and over again and Stephen, I read the play and I am still here. So,
or at least something that looks like him is still here.
Yeah, that would be weird. Yeah. But anyways, so I do want to, before we kind of get in, let me see. I heard of a great season or 2 and all the other networks and streamers hire them away, and then they are left scrambling for content. Yeah. So, Brass, I have not read the Sherlock Holmes versus Cthulhu books. Maybe I'll check that out.
They're fun.
Oh, really? You have checked them out? So you guys that are just joining, I got David Quick is really here. He is just not videoed, but we had some minor technical difficulties first, so we just decided not to do the video, which is totally fine. At least we got his voice, which is awesome. What we're gonna do tonight, so a lot of you guys might know David and what he does and who he is, and we're gonna talk. We're gonna kind of dig into his brain for the first half of this, or first quarter of this, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about a video that I just released today, which is called "What Happens When the Torches Go Out" in a dungeon crawl. So the whole premise behind that is tension, right? So we're going to talk about that in various ways for a DM to kind of create tension in an old school game and a new school game and any game, really. So I don't think we need to discriminate what game it is. We're going to talk about our methods of DMing and how to create tension. So that's what we're going to do today. That's kind of what I hope for and plan for. But before we get into who is David Quick and what makes you tick, I do want to give a shameless plug for the channel here. Welcome to the DM and Friends, guys. If those of you guys that haven't heard, I just opened up the ability to do membership here, which I've already had a lot of people jump on. So. And all that really does is, I kind of, thank you for the support. Basically, those of you guys that are doing the whole membership thing, which I really super appreciate. but what I want to do to give back, and I'm like thinking like, what can I do? Like, what is there that I can do? And I thought about it. I'm like, I have so much D&D stuff. So at March 30th, and I'm going to probably announce this every time. I know I'm being very long-winded, but March 30th, I'm going to do a drawing, and I have made the point that, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away an old school module of some sort. I was kind of kicking it around that this is the possibility. Maybe this is the first one I do. It's UK Beyond the Crystal Cave, which is a great module. Some of these might have writing in them, stuff like that, but awesome copy. So I'll ship it to you. So if you become a member here, that's what I'm going to do once a month until the end of the year and until I can't do it anymore. I did want to, somebody asked me, and I did want to clarify that you don't have to be here for the live stream to receive that. I'm going to do a drawing. Then it's your job to reach out to me when you find out. And yeah, so anyways, I thought that's kind of going to be kind of fun to do. So those of you guys that want to, it's I think it's $1.99 is the lowest, and it's called a hero. So hero level. So anyways, if you want to be in that drawing, you have now until the 30th to jump in. So anyways, the video that was released this morning, when the torch goes out, that's a collaboration with Eric Tenkar. And we've been doing Monday meeting collab videos. Anyways, so we got somebody that just came in here. I think I'm also ignoring sorry, David, I'm long-winded sometimes.
Oh, that's no problem. I'm very patient.
Yeah, I do want to acknowledge some of the chats too. So if you see something of note that you want to comment on, please slap me across the face, David, and get my attention. Blair, welcome. She says STC. I don't know what that means, but probably maybe save the children. I don't know. But yeah, welcome, Blair. One of our #1 fans here, Blair Brewer. Chris Clark is entering the room. All right, ladies and gentlemen, everyone, Chris Clark.
Yeah, my hair is even worse today, but I shaved, so it's okay. STC is said to contain.
Excuse me?
STC stands for said to contain. So
set to contain. Got it.
If you ever get stuff at the loading dock, it'll say, 14 pallets, STC, 63 boxes, Angelo's newest adventure. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the pallets are said to contain your adventure. And yeah.
Got it. So David, you are still here, but the box is gone of you. Can you still hear me?
I can.
Okay. So, I mean, if you want to pop on the video every now and then just to show your face, that's great too. So, but anyways, yeah. So, Chris, we have David. I don't know if you've been listening, but David, quick, I mean, tell us. By the way, thanks for coming on, and tell a little bit about. I've seen a lot of chatter in the Facebook group that the private group for North Texas, and sounds like you're pretty involved in some stuff going on over there.
I'm involved in running games for sure. So I've been playing D&D since forever. First edition was when I started. That's definitely my baby. But I play a lot of other things. I did a stint with Wizards of the Coast as one of their regional directors for a while. So I was actually a quote unquote paid Wizards of the Coast employee on a contract basis. At that point in time, I was in the Mid-Atlantic and put together the team that launched, at that point, Living Greyhawk, one of the most successful regions in Living Greyhawk, the Duchy of Jeff. It was wildly successful. And go ahead.
No, I said nice. Oh, yeah, sorry.
And I ducked out of that. After about 5 years, they discontinued the regional director program because they weren't getting impact out of all of the people that they employed in it, which is, it's a pretty corporate decision, typical. And I then started with a friend of mine named Sholem West, a ongoing, perpetual Call of Cthulhu game set in the Delta Green universe, which we call the Delta Files. And we have continued that on off ever since. And that has since morphed into a post-Delta Green existence inside a series of umbrella corporations that are being run by someone very, very smart. And that is now called the Omega Files. So same kind of deal, but different setting, different restrictions. We just came to the conclusion that no government conspiracy in this age could continue but for so long that you would get caught. And so that is primarily what I do in terms of my organized gaming. I play just about everything. We're going to be running 18 slots of Omega Files at North Texas Con. I've also just taken on a two table thing for the Eldritch Wastelands game. My friend Matt Gullett is getting ready to kickstart that, and so I got inspired and decided to write a game or an adventure for it.
Did the events did they fill up from? I know yesterday he opened them up for
my events. I haven't checked this morning. Yesterday they were about half full of the available tickets.
So how they do it at North Texas is the first half are for sale for $5 a pop, and then let's say you have an 8-man table, and the first 4 are for sale, and then on the 15th of April he releases the other ones to the public, I guess, with no money attached to it.
Yeah, exactly. So all of our tables are 6-person. Okay. And we have sold somewhere between 1 and 3 tickets for each table.
Okay. So there's still some tickets. So what my point is, there's still tickets left.
Oh yeah, there are absolutely some tickets left, and there will be tickets there when they do regular registration. They'll open up regular non-paid registration later.
Yeah.
So there will be at least half the seats still left at that point.
Okay. And then some of them still have some that you can go in today and reserve.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Well, that's good.
Yes, sir. Yeah. We are having a 2-round event at North Texas, so it's an 8-hour event, and I think those tickets have gone a little slower because that's a big commitment, and I get it. But that's kind of my thing is doing events that you don't see very often.
Yeah, that's cool, dude.
We did a 100-person event prior to Living Greyhawk under a hybrid of the the second edition, third edition rules. To kick off Living Greyhawk, and it was a weekend long. It was 5 slots and included breakfasts and lunches, and it was a big to-do.
Yeah, that's funny. Back in the 4E day, yes, I used to DM 4E back when that was going on. I think Wizards. Yeah, I think Wizards would sponsor an event at a con that I was at that I used to go to a lot in LA called Strategicon. I can't remember if it was Gateway or Con or whatever. It was one of because it's a 3-time con every year, so they call it 3 different things. But anyways, there was 120 players in this cooperative 4E game that ended up, it was actually really cool and it was really well done. I just hate the system, but it was a great time. I think it spanned over a couple days, and very cool. That's awesome that you did that. Though.
We took our inspiration from the old Living City interactives that used to go on, and they typically were a slot, maybe 2 if they were being really, really aggressive. And so we decided we were going to run one that basically ran all weekend. So we had 100 players playing all weekend.
Wow.
Probably the biggest name that came out of that is Eric Menge. He came and played with us all weekend and was quite inspired, and later took over the Triad and has gone on to fame with Baldwin Games and some other things. Still a good friend.
Yeah. So you cut your teeth in AD&D. When did you start playing? Probably.
I didn't pay attention at the time, but by my estimate, I think it was 79 that I started.
Yeah.
Because I was still in high school, but not far through high school. And I graduated 82.
That was right when the book.
Sure 79 is about right. I mean, I played back when our DM that I originally played for, actually, they were still using a variety of supplements that we didn't think of as supplements, but like we used to have to do the Arduin Grimoire muster tables and everything.
Yeah, we used it too. We used the crit tables on it a lot.
Yeah, so I've had a character that's 100% fireproof, and I've had a character that died before he ever hit the table. So
yeah. God, those Arden crit tables are nasty. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a different
I know a
kind
lot
of
of
game.
people that kind of used a lot of different things for their house games. It was pretty
I mean,
cool.
I think for those of us who play it a while, I think that's kind of new. I don't think any of us ever.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but I've never been satisfied, quote unquote, with the rules. Like, no matter which set of rules it is, there's things I think I'm smarter for whatever reason. I'm not, but I think so, that I could adjust to my own tastes. And I think most of us who grew up in that time playing feel very comfortable with that. I ran a lot of Adventurers League tables while I was in Texas. It surprised me how many young players or players young to hobby would ask me if they can do that, quote unquote. Can I do that? Can I do this thing? And I tell them, I said, the game's yours. Unless you're running like an Adventurers League, you've got to run it by the book because it's a different deal.
Yeah.
Run your game at home. You do what you want. I mean, and they say, well, what if my players don't like it? I'm like, that's always a balance. You've got to make a decision about what you want to do and what you're willing to let them do. And then
Nintendo did not write this.
Exactly. And then you'll find your group, right? The right players will gravitate to your game because it'll be their kind of game.
And maybe all of you guys will come up with it too.
Yeah, and it's no wish on anybody that they don't align to a DM's style. Now there are some DMs, don't get me wrong, but but every player can find their own kind of styled game.
Yeah. What do you and by the way, everybody in the audience chat, whatever you guys want to call it, I guess it's audience, I don't know. Those of you guys sitting out in the audience, please feel free to ask David anything, and we'll make sure I'll keep my eye on it and make sure we get a question to him if you guys need to.
I have one burning question, actually, Angelo, and this is so that you can trust 100% everything that David's telling you. And I want to ask you, David, when you were a paid employee, were you a well-paid employee?
Oh, so first, I don't think you should ever trust 100% of what anybody says. Right. I mean, I thought it was fair for the work. It was not a career for sure. I was paid like.
See, that was a trick question because there weren't really any well-paid employees.
Yeah,
Nobody makes a huge amount of money on games.
Mine was a stipend.
Well, what years were you there? What years?
It would have been like 88 through 2000. No, 98 through 2001. Yeah. I went to Gen Con and launched 3E. I mean, I was part of the team.
So it was around that time.
And I ran
that was like 2000, or 99, 2000.
And then 10 years later is when,
2000. And I ran a ton of tables there.
Yeah.
And in fact, my partner was there with me too. He's Sholem. He went. I say partner. We truly are creative partners. And we went and we both ran like 12 tables over that weekend. We just ran 3E and 3E and 3E and 3E until our noses were bleeding practically. And we finished 1 and 2 for the top GM award that year. First I'd ever gone to Gen Con, and I was like, wow, okay, this is fun.
Wow, that's cool, man. Did I got a random question for you. So
I think Chris has a question, and I think his question is, how do you measure top GM? And I would agree that that's probably a somewhat specious metric by anyone's standing. But
there used to be a con I went to, and they had an Iron GM series. I don't know if you guys. It's a competition. You guys ever seen that?
I don't remember what con that was.
Well, we had one on the West Coast. It was Strategicon, so I don't know where. It had to have been other places, right?
I ran into that somewhere. Yeah.
I thought it was at Origins.
I think it maybe was. Yeah.
Yeah, but we also did it in LA when I was out there.
You're allowed to have a unique footprint, Angelo. It's all right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, there was shirts.
I think you're right, Dave. I think they ran it at Origins. I started gaming about a year or two before you. I'm class of 1980. So yeah.
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
Man, that was
everybody played a mishmash of rules because there weren't definitive full-on rules out by anybody.
Yeah.
And honestly, they weren't telling you that they were. I mean, Gary, I've had the honor of playing with him at Dragon Con one year, and he was very forthright as we were asking him some rules questions. He's like, guys, the rules aren't they're not a straitjacket, they're a springboard.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
Yeah.
So having heard it from the Blessed One himself, I feel pretty good now telling people, you don't even need the rules.
Well, in the beginning of the player's handbook or the DMG, it's very clear what Gary says in there about the rules. So.
I want to tip my hat to Dr. Phobos, who's on point with his messages.
Yeah, he's definitely got some good ones. I got a question for you, David, and this is kind of I don't want to stop your story, but you mentioned
I'm done. That's my story. Now I do the same thing year after year, and I'm an old man. So there you
go. So for you, when you run an AD&D game, let's say you run a first edition game, I'm just throwing first edition out there. What's kind of one of the house rules that you've developed over time and kind of stick to it? And so, this is how I DM type of thing.
So I will readily admit that I am not running first edition or second edition anymore. I've definitely kept the editions as they've gone. I've never, if I had a static group that was expecting that of me over a long period of time, it might be a different thing, but that has not been the case because I've moved. I've been a traveler. I know we had our own critical rules. I do remember there was a period of time where we dallied a lot with the Rollmaster rules.
Yes, I did too.
That was out of Iron Crown Enterprises in Charlottesville, Virginia. That honestly is a travesty and a shame that company's not in business anymore because they produce beautiful things.
Amazing stuff.
Well, and there was a version of it under Mayfair for quite a few years, but Mayfair is gone now too, pretty much.
I saw, yeah. A lot of the old ones are gone. So definitely criticals. My buddy Larry, who is deceased at this point, unfortunately, he and I wrote a full-on like a mana system, and we also wrote a very extensive system for like using different metals in runes in your staff and what kinds of impacts they would have on magic and stuff. So, I mean, look, I was young and I had way more imagination than time. So I was able to sit down. I remember cranking that out on an honest to God typewriter. So, God, these are the days now that I can not have to redo a page because I've lost it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's funny. Criticals aren't even in. It's not even part of first edition. I mean, that's something that
I know
the DMs have added, which it's fun. It's fun. Yeah, I love that you talked about the Rollmaster too, Ice. Because the crit tables in there are absolutely bonkers and they're amazing and they went way into detail and I talked about it last night when I was on a different show and one of my favorite systems is MERP and that's so
same company.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's the same table, same everything. So it's just a different setting, but streamlined a little.
MERP's actually seminal to my life because I started playing MERP with a friend in Rome, Georgia, and had to learn how to use spreadsheets in order to keep my MERP character straight. That was what made me go learn Lotus 1, 2, 3. Was I did not want to have to do all that manually, so I learned how to code.
Mark the Shark, welcome, dude, and Dr. Phobos, Blair. Let me see if I missed anybody. Thanks for jumping on, guys. So you say you kind of you got a lot going on for North Texas. You guys are doing a lot of stuff there. And do you have a gaming group you kind of are you able to play regularly?
Yeah, I'm based out of Las Vegas, and I have a gaming group here. It's an interesting group. They range anywhere from someone who doesn't want to acknowledge the rules exist to someone who is all about the rules all the time, and a couple of people in between. So there's a lot of chaos in that group and a lot of friction. But I'm gaming with them for now. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, is it face to face? Obviously.
Oh yeah.
God, I envy you, dude.
The only time that I do virtual games really is I'm going to say it as a treat, and I don't mean to elevate myself in any way, but I do it as a treat for other people who don't have access to.
That's fair.
I mean, I do conspiratorial modern horror through Cthulhu, which is not something everybody has access to. So I'm I stretch my own rules a little bit to offer it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a fun fact. I'll be through. I won't be able to stop, but maybe next time I'm through Vegas, I'll be through there this weekend coming up. I have to go to LA for a 1-day thing, but I'll be driving through and stopping and gambling, and then leaving again the next. Yeah, I booked my room.
If you ever want to carve out a little time and grab lunch,
Yeah. I'll be there Saturday night. So, but I'm going to be arriving late and leaving early, so I wouldn't. Yeah, definitely we'll get together. I go out quite a bit, and I have quite a bunch of friends out there, and that I see quite a bit. Yeah, that's cool.
I love living in the desert. I was an East Coast guy most of my life, but I've really found I gravitate to the desert.
How do you handle the heat, though, dude?
So what?
How do you handle the heat? I grew up in the heat too, so
yeah, it's. I mean, it's a dry heat. It really does. It does make a huge difference having it dry. Like 100 degrees on the West Coast or on the East Coast with all the humidity is way different than 100 degrees here. It feels like 15, 20 degrees different.
I can second that. Yeah. It's just So, it gets pretty warm out there. We have a couple people here from Arizona too that are. I don't envy them when it's constant
100 degrees in Wisconsin is unlivable. Believe me.
Oh, Jesus.
The mosquitoes carry you off.
Yeah, that's one of the great things here in Vegas. We don't really have any bugs to speak of. I mean, I found we do have some gnats, like some fruit fly type things, but there are no flies to speak of. It's completely different. I grew up feeling. I mean, it feels like I lived in Australia at this point with all the bugs that I had on the East Coast.
Oh God. Yeah. Blair Blur is nominating herself as the channel assistant. Thank you, Blair Blur.
Dr. Phobos is trying to explain why dry heat is better.
Yeah.
I actually had to look.
Please explain.
Yeah.
I had to look because I was worried that your friend Larry was Larry Rosnai from Mayfair.
No. My friend, his name was Larry Carl. He was just a guy. Just a guy like me.
I quick looked up Larry to make sure he was okay.
we were a really good team because he had a very process-oriented mind, and I have a wild Pisces creative mind. And so I would throw stuff at the wall, and he would kind of rein it in and give it some order. And then I'd actually put together in documentation. Well, it was a good collaboration.
You're people say you're 2 people away from knowing everybody on the planet. And the funny thing is, of course, that Larry Rosnai at Mayfair was fairly close to the folks that came from ICE with MERP and the Middle Earth role playing system, and so that's why ICE got more. Larry did not want to see them languish. He didn't want to see that stuff never be available again. So he created what he called MICE, which was Mayfair's version of ICE, and said, "Here's a budget. Keep in print what you can." But then you mentioned Larry is like, oh my gosh, I hope it's not yet. So I went and quick look.
I certainly wouldn't want to wish that upon him.
He's fine.
Yeah, Brass says that he was stationed in Fort Huachuca, Arizona for 2 years. Not a lot of bugs, but ones that we had were pure terrors. Yeah, desert bugs are gnarly, dude. You got scorpions and all that. And he says Cthulhu would approve. Yeah, and here's the explanation from Dr. Phobos.
Oh yeah, no, that's 100% accurate too.
It's because high humidity means that the air is already saturated. The moisture, so sweat won't sublimate into the air and cool off the body. Oh wait, you weren't actually asking me to explain. We actually wanted you to.
That looks like a good explanation to me.
Because every leader steals 550 calories from you when it turns to air
when you
vapor.
step outside.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know how people do it.
Because I need to hear that kind of stuff because I have recently been pulled back into the world trivia competitions. So I need to shut my brain in that area.
Junior physicist, you know, every time you do a steady state change from solid to liquid, liquid to gas, or the other way around, 550 calories gets lost in the mist.
Yeah. Jesus. All right. Yeah. So you. I mean, sounds like. I mean, how long have you been running Cthulhu? Have you what? I mean, not to be version crazy, but like, when did you start with Cthulhu? I think I was around.
I started running Cthulhu in 2004. That was the year.
Okay.
Sholem, my writing partner, my campaign partner there, had approached me about it. He was part of the triad that launched Living Greyhawk.
Yeah.
And he was tired. He put a lot into that. And so the deal he had made with me, because I mean, basically I roped him and some others into launching for me so that we'd have a good product, because I took my job seriously.
Yeah.
I'm an HR guy, by the way. That doesn't. So
I think I remember you telling me that when we met before. Yeah. Okay. You
so I staffed that Project Seed, and it did. And the deal was that I would then help him with his little project he wanted to do afterwards. And he came to me about 4 years later and said, I think I'm done. I think I'm going to step down. We've got this where it needs to be. And let me tell you about Cthulhu. And I'd never played Call of Cthulhu at all. But he told me a little bit about it, and you know, kind of its roots in like an X-Files like environment, and I'm a media guy, so if it's a movie or TV, I'm pretty solidly feeling it there. And I put together over the week a 10 module arc and sent it back to him as a spreadsheet. I said, here's what I want to do, and it outlined every module by title and by what would happen, and it had the bigger arc in it, and so that was kind of the big launch of, at that point, Delta Files. We had a lot of content in front of us that we could write, and we knew where we were going, and it was a really different experience for people. Like, Angelo, have you played Scalpel?
I haven't played Scalpel, but I have played Delta Green, what you were talking about.
Okay, so we have an introductory module called Scalpel that we still to this day run because everybody insists that they want it run for people.
Oh, I heard you guys talking about that. Yes.
And so Scalpel really. If you're a person who's played a lot of D&D and that's kind of what you expect out of an RPG, Scalpel really resets the table completely. It takes liberties with your character. It puts you in a position where you are terrified and tense about the most mundane thing possible for about an hour of game time, and then it turns into a complete carnival of tropes. It's an unbelievable thrill ride for people, and like I know Stephen Clements, who's on here, has played it. He immediately said, "Woof, yeah."
Yeah. And that was written for Delta Green?
That was written for our version of it, which is the Delta Files. Yes, we played it within the Delta Green framework at that point, and we ended up moving out of Delta Green because they were making their move to their own rule system, and it looked like they were going to be more protective of their IP. And we decided it would be better for us to back away from that IP and do something that functionally had similar outcomes, but would not have any legal entanglements to them, just in case we wanted to print. And at some point, we might print and publish still, because we've got some really good adventures.
Yeah. Dr. Frollo says you would love some of the stuff I'm working on for Call of Cthulhu, as well as stuff I worked on for Peterson Games. Yeah, he's Dr. Phobos is a big Cthulhu fan. Also, I think Dr. Phobos, you wrote for Living Greyhawk too, right? You did some, which you mentioned earlier, David.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Phobos, if you're near Texas, you should come to TTRPG Con. We've got I think 7 different events running over 5 slots.
Doesn't he usually?
I think we both, Chris and I know Dr. Phobos plays in our Wednesday night game. I don't think he's been to North Texas yet, and I think he was thinking about it and just logistically trying to figure it out.
You have to go at least once while you're still alive. I mean, you know, it's like Disney. I mean, you have to go once at least. You know.
Yeah.
You already missed Doug. I mean, you know.
Yeah. How long have you been going to North Texas, David?
So I missed it last year because I was laid off from my company right before. My company actually went out of business over the early part of 2025 and laid off 8,100 employees, including myself. And prior to that, I think I'd gone 4 or 5 years in a row.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I love that. I mean, every time that comes up, North Texas, I hype it and I pump it up because it's literally my favorite con that I go to every year.
It's really different than any other con experience. And I've been to Gen Con, I've been to Dragon Con and Origins and Winter Fantasy. I've been to a lot of cons in my life.
Yeah.
And it's quite different.
It's got a little bit of everything, and it's got the accessibility if you want to just sit back and talk with somebody, which
more than anywhere else that you go, it's a big family thing. Everybody there knows
it's almost like family. It really is.
Yeah, everybody's family,
Yeah. And I hope it stays that way. I hope it stays the size that I think that's the
key,
the kind of the goal for it to stay where it's at, size wise and venue wise, because it's a perfect venue too. It's a really great venue.
Yeah.
For
it was at a different hotel.
No,
say 15 years ago. Yeah.
But I think where it's at now is a great spot.
Yeah.
Great spot.
It's very convenient. It's I don't think they're gonna go any bigger because they're doing it for fun. There's no
that's
profit motive there, and in fact, I would say it's a big pain in their ass to run it every year, but they still want to do it. I offered to help Gary with registration stuff 2 years ago, and he won't give it up yet.
Yeah.
But I hope he gets to a point where he feels like we can build a system where he could actually outsource some of that to some of us. Because I'm a data guy, so I'm happy to help manipulate and scrub and validate.
No, wait, you said you were an HR guy.
I am. I'm actually, so I'm really unusual. I'm like an engineer in the HR space. I was an HR BP for like 15 years. And then I got roped into doing compensation analysis. And so I'm now the engineer of the HR space. I'm the only HR person with any technical skills.
Yeah. The thing about Gary, and I know for a fact because he said it over and over. It is for fun. It is for It's not. Money's not going to anybody's pockets and going to European trips. It's not about that. It's about friends getting together, having a good time. As long as they break even.
I'm trying to come a little closer to break even these days because Doug used to blow $25,000 a con on that con.
Yeah, well, that's why we know it's a labor of love. I mean, and you're right. They're doing a good job with like auctions and stuff, kind of narrowing that gap. Well, Dr. Phobos, I have not been to anything in Utah except
I haven't either.
I went to the one in St. George about 9 years ago, and that was a little con, but it was fun. I live close to Utah. I'm only an hour away from the St. George area.
What con was that in St. George? I know St. George very well. I mean, Cedar City, St. George, Mesquite.
I can't remember what it was called. Like I said, it was 8 years ago, and that's a eternity in my brain.
So yeah, just on the keeping on the topic of North Texas, Gary just texted me and he said that he wanted to. We just both locked a day where he's coming on. He's coming on the first week of April, right before the tickets go open. So he wanted to plug that. So yeah, he's going to be on. Yeah, I could talk about North Texas forever. What a great con that is.
I'm still putting events in today, so.
Yeah, you better hurry up and get your events in, dude. Yeah, I'll tell you what, shame on you, Chris, because that makes him do more work.
I know it does. Well, I make it organized. I give him a spreadsheet. And,
yeah. But, so, yeah, looking forward to that. What other conventions do you plan for this year and kind of cool stuff you're doing?
I was doing my check-in.
Hey, there you are. Hey.
Oh, I call those cameos.
That's right.
And it's a good cameo. It is.
That's called video bombing or something.
I
What do they call it?
I don't want him to be accused of using AI to generate fake guests.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't know if it'd be an accusation.
I mean, you could try it. I just know there was a lot of lag, but maybe it stopped. I don't know. Let me go to the comments here real quick. Everybody's my drinking buddy. I got a flask enough for everyone. Are there any cons in Oklahoma? Question from Mark the Shark. I don't know, dude.
I'm sure there have to be. I just don't know what they are because I lived in Texas for 5 years and I didn't travel extensively because in Texas, anywhere is 4 hours away.
Dr. Frobo says
your exit. You're 4 hours away. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Frobo says my dad used to live in Irving. Probably Irving, right? Not Irving.
Yeah.
Irvins.
Yeah.
Irving.
No,
Irving is the town next to
yeah,
where the con is. He doesn't. Yeah.
Ivan.
Sorry to hear that, Dr. Phobos.
Maybe
I worked in Irving. I was there.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple friends out there. I actually have this year. I'm driving to North Texas. I'm driving 20-something hours there, but I have my uncle, aunt, a couple cousins that live just north of Irving, north of Dallas. So I'm going to stay with them and shoot some guns. And he's my cousin's a fellow fireman too, so he's gonna show me a station and
having us all over on Sunday late night for barbecue and.
Yeah, we're going to do barbecue and all that.
Okay. Whoever asked about Mark the Shark, there is at least one con in Oklahoma called Sooner Con that's coming up in late June of this year, 19 through 21. Been there for 34 years, apparently.
Are you sure it's not Sooner?
Holy moly.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's a veteran con. So what? Yeah. So I asked you, and then I cut you off. What other cons do you kind of plan on attending?
I do. My two big ones that I do every year now are Texas RPG and North Texas RPG, and the Long Con.
Long Con. Okay. So you go back from that.
The Gullets, yes.
And now that I've moved to Vegas, that's a harder. It was easy when I was in Dallas, but now that I've moved to Vegas, it's a little harder.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that at some point I'll end up back at Gen Con. I went to Gen Con for quite a while. And I got to the point where I was running games for Paradigm Concepts, which makes the Living Arcanus game. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that. It's a campaign for 5e. It used to be a campaign for 3e.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, they're good. It's a very good campaign. It's an adult campaign based around falling Roman Empire, and it's good. Wow. But anyway, we used to run their games for them. We would go in and I'd take a crew with me of people that I knew, and we'd all go down together, typically 8 of us, and run 8 slots each. So we provided a lot of gaming. Yeah. Now
How was Long Con? How was Long Con?
So I like Long Con. It's small.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's maybe 300 people. I'm not sure.
I think that's about right. I've been once or twice.
It's kind of a local con, right? Kind of a lot of locals. Yeah,
you'll see a lot of crossover from North Texas RPG con down there. I like the smaller cons now. I've gotten to the point where I'm tired of dealing with 60,000 people. Dragon Con, I went to Dragon Con the first year it existed, and that was only 1,200 people. And then it got to 60,000, and I'm done. I just don't want to go back. It's just too many people.
I'm that way with Gen Con and Origins these days.
Yeah, I agree. As long as there's public sentiment that I'm not allowed to just mosh pit anytime I want, people, then I'm going to have to stop being around those people.
I am not a polished individual. I can give references to that effect.
You probably sold me on Long Con. I've been kind of looking at it from a glance. From a distance. I think I'm going to do that this year. Maybe I'll see you over there.
The Gullets run that con, don't they?
Absolutely. Yeah. Matt Gullett and his friend whose name I can't think of. They're
awesome guys.
I mean, they're all from North Texas, probably. Yeah. So no. That's cool. Let me go to the comments real quick. So he was talking. Dr. Phobos was saying Irvins, Utah. Okay, which is west of St. George. Got it. Okay, so you're talking in Utah. Thank you for all the info. Mark the Shark says he'll look into it for Oklahoma. That's cool. Yeah, thanks for looking up that for him. Dr. Phobos, yes, he wrote an adventure for Living Arcanus, so that's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, Mark the Shark says DM Angelo firefighter. Yes, I am a firefighter here at the West Valley Fire Rescue here in town. Matter of fact, tomorrow night I have a 12-hour shift that I'll be at. Ooh. So also EMS too. My nephews from Germany visited me over the summer, let me drive my pickup to shoot my 45 and 5.56 and my Brownie 12 gauge, and they got a lot of fishing. They had a blast. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going there because I'll be a couple days before the con starts, staying with my Uncle Vinny, and yeah, I have a big Italian family, and it's my Uncle Vinny. Yeah, we're gonna go shooting, do some fishing, just some of that cool stuff out there. Looking forward to it. So I'll be all fished up before I get to North Texas, guys. And
awesome.
Yeah, probably get my yeah. I think the smaller cons are for the older guys. Brass Monkey says that. Okay.
So Brass Monkey, agree with you only because most of us have already been through the huge cons for several years, and they just kind of lose their appeal. I'd much rather, from my perspective, have a more intimate experience with some people that are more low key than fighting through lines in order to. The only thing I would really go to Gen Con for would be the dealer room. I would love to walk through the dealer room at Gen Con and then fly back. But in terms of gaming, it's just logistically, it's a nightmare. Getting housing is a nightmare. It's just too much.
Well, about the third time you get hit by a big kid with an even bigger backpack, and he turned around too quickly and knocked you on your butt. He didn't mean it. He just has a backpack.
That happens. That happens to you all the time, Chris. So. Yeah.
Well, I'm the little guy.
Yeah, you're a little guy.
Guy.
It's funny, and not to
Chris, if you need, you can stand with me wherever we go because I'm built like a Viking. So.
You mean you have oars sticking out? No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's funny because, I used to go to GaryCon a lot, and I stopped going in 2019. It just got too big for me. You know what I mean? And this is no blast on GaryCon or whatever, but when they moved to the newer venue, I kind of checked out a little bit. It just got too big and too far and too this, and it kind of became a circus for me. So
I tend to agree, and kind of for me, the litmus test is how hard is it going to be for me to get housing? If I've got to do the thing they were doing on, what is that show, Big Bang Theory, where they're all sitting on their laptops together, banging the keys as fast as possible, trying to get into some lottery so that they can get whatever they need.
Yeah,
I'm past that. I don't need that.
Yeah. It's funny. It's funny in North Texas, I never sign up for games. Never sign up for games. I usually will buy a couple $5 tickets. I didn't this time, but because I'm more running and doing stuff like that this time. Yeah. But generally I'll just walk onto a game, because that's just the mentality over there. Yeah. Hey, come on. I never turn a person away. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it's a written rule or an unwritten rule, but you're supposed to always be willing to take one more person at the table.
It is. It is a kind of a written. Well, it's an unwritten rule, but
and that's the way I roll anyway. I mean, I want people to sit down because I think if they sit down once, they'll be back over and over again.
Always bring extra pre-gens.
Yeah. I always like for my Boot Hill game, I have it slated for 8 people. I know that Alan Hammock, he's a walk-on. I know I have another guy that's a walk-on. So I have 12 factions or 12 playable spots in that game. You can do that. So I prep for that. So any game I do that. Chris does that too. You always have extra stuff. So it's just kind of, you can do that at the smaller cons. You can do that.
Well, you can do it. It's I'm sorry, Chris. It's a big deal because you're not driving revenue by running that table. That's really the thing, right?
Yeah.
If I take free player in Gen Con, I'm going to get a rash of shit about it because they haven't paid for the ticket, and there are other players who are going to raise a stink because they didn't get to sit down. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
No, I was going to say the same thing. That's the last thing you want are disappointed people. You spent all this time constructing an in-depth adventure that you're hoping will spark all of these players, right? And then you're going to turn somebody away?
Yeah.
You spend all the time on. You know? No, it's just I only turn people away if it starts getting to the point where I think people are not going to get time to play. If you know what I mean. And do you know Steve at Troll Lords, Dave? Steve Chanel?
Yeah, of course.
He'll take 20 people at once, and actually keep them all involved.
Yeah, I would do that in a D&D table, or a DCC table. I couldn't do it with Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, Cthulhu's a little tough. You got to cap it at a certain point.
Yeah, it's too interactive.
Yeah.
7 is probably my limit for Cthulhu. Otherwise, people are going to walk away feeling like they didn't have a great time because they never got any spotlight time.
Yeah.
But I agree, generally, for sure.
I'm used to gaming big tables. I mean, our group that we have Wednesday night, which is online, I think there's 8, 7 pretty normal, or 6 to 7, 8 at the top. And I'll take more people, but it just works. But I think we're used to. I mean, God, back in high school, we'd have 12. You know, we'd have 12.
Oh, sure.
10,
well, there were a whole lot more players than there were games in those days, too.
Yeah, there were, and not everybody was DMing, and it was super fun.
I ran an intercity once. I ran an intercity once with 14.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, was it mayhem? But everybody had a good time.
That's so much fun. I bet everybody had fun. Yeah, that'll test you. Mark the Shark, that's super awesome. You're a local assistant chief at a local local volunteer fire department. That's pretty cool. You know, fun fact, our assistant chief, his name is Dave Quick.
Really?
Yeah. You're the second Dave Quick I know. Yeah.
Does he play lounge music?
No.
Okay, because I had a David Quick reach out on Facebook, who's like the coolest guy ever. He plays lounge music and guitar, and he's constantly sending me promos for the places he's going to sing and such. Like, that could have been me.
Yeah. This guy's he's a cool dude. Brass Monkey says, the older I get, the less I big crowd. I want to be. Yeah, totally. Or drive at night. Okay. Or I'm not going to read that one. Or just about anything. Brass Monkey, understand me too. Dr. Phobos says, agreed. I never missed with anything larger than Gary Con, and now I don't want that. Smaller cons have treated me well. Total Con is another good one. You know, I can't wait. I want to go to Total Con.
Where is that one?
That's one I got to check out.
East Coast. I want to say Connecticut. Where is Total Con?
Yeah, it's over there in your neck of the woods ish. Yeah,
it's not in the winter, is it?
Total Con is not in the winter. When is Total Con?
Because I was all ready for Page in Philadelphia, and then I realized I'm flying in the winter. Oh, that's a bad choice.
Well, and it's in Valley Forge in the winter.
Yes.
Yeah. Philadelphia Airport in the winter time, I don't think so good. Yeah. So
enjoy Game Hole in Appleton, Wisconsin. But believe it or not, Game Hole is about 6,000 or 7,000.
Yeah, it's gotten big. That's over in Madison, right?
Correct. Well, yes. I'm sorry. Game Hole's in Madison. Yes.
Yeah.
And there is a spot on the bus for you if you want to make use of it.
Yeah. I do want to check that out one day. Conduit was a great convention until Fax killed it. And I think he's talking about in Salt Lake City. There were a couple of the short-lived conventions that have gone to, right? I think you're talking about Salt Lake, SLC. Group played with and DM'd for back in college, had a minimum of 12 people per 8 to 12 hour weekend sessions. We used to have, when we were in high school, I think there would probably be a huge table with 10, 12 people, and we'd go for 8 to 12 hours. And that's no joke. And Blair Blur says, I have returned, heathens. Okay. All right. I guess we're heathens.
Well, we're not worshiping her, so we're heathens.
Yeah. Oh, she'll probably tell us to bend the knee in a minute, I'm sure.
As long as it's just a knee, that's fine.
So Long Con and North Texas are your two go-tos. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, those are my two go-tos. Beyond that, there's several I'd like to try. I'm there. Like I said, I've gotten a new job recently, which will extend significantly more time off than I'm used to having. So I will probably use some of that for sure to go somewhere else in the country and do something.
Yeah. If you ever, you're in Vegas, so you're only about 3.5 hours from LA area.
That's right.
Two times a year, I go to Strategicon, which is in El Segundo, Los Angeles area if you ever
Okay.
want to coordinate something down there.
Yeah, I'll keep my eyes open. I went to Gen Con SoCal back when they had it.
Okay.
I was stunned at how small a footprint Disneyland has.
Yeah. Well, David, this is really good. I got a good kind of, let me see. I filled up my notebook on you. I just need your social security number. But anyways, so yeah, any other things of note you want to chat about before we get into the quote unquote topic?
No, that about covers it. I love gaming. I'll play just about anything, and I'll run just about anything. So
yeah. That's good. Yeah. Dr. Frobus says, bend the knee, ? Never, not out of resistance, but out of age of knees. Okay.
Collagen, Dr. Phobos, collagen.
Actually, you can replace them with titanium these days, too. Marsh has 2 titanium knees. So.
Before we get into, and Dr. Phobos, if you want, I will send you a link, and you can jump on and tell your story about what happened on our last gaming episode. We can talk about that. You tell me, you say yes or no, and I'll send you the link, and you can jump on, and we'll take 15 minutes to talk about that. But otherwise, let's get to the topic.
So I will say, Angelo, I'm going to be short on time because we've talked a lot longer than I expected.
Yeah, pretty easy.
Which has been fun. Don't get me wrong, but I did tell the boss that I would be done by a certain time because she's patiently waiting.
Yeah. What time do you got to jump off? Why don't you tell
I need to be off by quarter after. So
you've got 8 more minutes.
So here's what I was going to do to get you into topic. I was going to offer you 2 really good ideas for how to do tension in RPGs that are simple, that every game master can take with them and implement.
I would love to hear that. Yes.
And then we can get back together at a future time and go through the whole. I prepared notes, Chris. I had a whole page ready.
Man, you're the best. And you know what? We'll have you back.
Not sooner, too. So
yeah, so I've got to figure out what's up with my machine. I think it's almost bound to be a memory issue.
Yeah, I think it is memory. And let me segue into it really, really quick, because those of you guys that have just joined, I released a video today called What Happens When the Torch Goes Out, and it's really just kind of a series that I'm starting collaborative with Tenkar. We're talking about adding tension to your dungeon. And I asked David Quick to come on here and watch the video. Let's talk about how to create tension, and these are going to be his bullet points about things he wants to, and this is system agnostic too. We're talking about every game out there. So leaving it over to you, my friend.
Alrighty, I'll keep it short since I've already wasted an hour of people's time.
I love it, dude. I'm totally awesome. It's awesome. Go ahead.
So making people uncomfortable at the table in the appropriate ways is something I am very good at. And it's one of the reasons I do well with Cthulhu. So here are the 2 things that you can do at any type of table, doesn't have to be Cthulhu, that will make people uncomfortable, and it will somewhat ground them from what they think is true. Number 1, periodically ask for random information about their character with no context.
Yeah, that's really good.
Don't tell them why you want it.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, periodically ask them to make some sort of dice roll without explanation or context. And after they make it, kind of nod your head and pretend you're writing a note down and continue on with your game.
Yes. Don't
do any of this too much. My first rule is defeat pattern recognition, but not too much.
Don't overdo it because it becomes normal. If you just do it out of
you can paralyze your tables. So it'll get to the point where they'll do nothing. You completely destroyed pattern recognition. But what you want to do is give them enough that they will fall back on it and feel uncomfortable when it is gone.
Yeah. You ever hear that one, Angelo? Who's playing my elves out there? Okay. Yeah. Roll a dice 6. Tell me if you get a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. And then you don't give an explanation.
Yeah.
Move on.
But anyway, this is rocket science, but it is. I'm good at psychology apparently. So I'm going to leave you to. This has been a pleasure speaking with you, and thanks for everybody who thought to sit here and listen to us talk.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
we'll see you
will
in June.
I'll get my machine fixed, whatever it needs fixed, and we'll schedule for the full blown.
Yeah. Well, I'll get
at a
you. We'll
future time.
talk. We'll talk later. Yeah, of course. Get going. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for
Thank you.
giving your 2 cents to that. And it's good that we kind of got that little hour of who David Quick is. So yeah, thanks, man.
I want to go out on Kickstarter and look at Eldritch Wastelands. It is a Kickstarter that will be going. It's not mine. I have no financial stake in it, but I love the concept. I mean,
send me the link to it, dude, and I'll post it on a QR code up here.
How do I do? Private chat or?
Just when you split, give it to me on Facebook.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah,
anyway, y'all have a great rest of your evening. Everyone, take care.
Hey, take care of yourself, brother. I appreciate.
I'm gonna check in for the goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey, there he. Oh my God, it's actually a real person, but he's frozen. Yeah.
It might be his video card.
It's memory. He started closing memory, and it started working a little bit better. So it definitely was something on his computer. Yeah, as soon as he got on, I could hear his voice, and then his video would start. Yeah, that's.
It looked like an old Japanese or Chinese movie, Yeah.
And then the video would catch up. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But yeah, I'm just glad he was able to come on. I've been wanting to connect with him. I met him through Steven, actually, and Steven is good friends with him, and we were talking about some Call of Cthulhu stuff, which I love Call of Cthulhu, and so we were also actually thinking about doing I'm not a big live stream playing person, you know what I mean? Like I sometimes I just I don't want to watch somebody play. I don't know. But we were thinking about doing something similar with that. With
any idea? But do you have any idea how cool the live stream would have been from last game session? I'm telling you, that would have been 100,000 hits.
Yeah, it was probably one of the best games that I've DM'd in
a while. Yeah,
a long time.
Normally you're just awful, but you just
normal. Well, I mean, it wasn't. I didn't even have to do anything in the game. It was all of you guys, and that's when a game is good. When the DM shuts the f up, and the players are the ones running the game. I have the best blast just watching, and then the time that I needed to pipe in and to referee. Where was it? Referee. Was when I needed to talk. Otherwise, you guys handled that. That was all you guys. It was, yeah. Why don't we give a little, since we got some time, why don't we talk about the last, and those of you guys that want to see what we're talking about or want to hear a little bit about, I run a Wednesday game. It is in the world of Greyhawk. There is about 6, 7, 8 players. Chris plays the Terry Orr, who is the Cleric of St. Cuthbert. Dr. Phobos plays a variation of the Paladin. You guys have seen some other people on here. Mr. Rourke plays a Jester. We have a couple other people pop in and out. But yeah, this campaign has been going on I've been running in this world, in this setting, in this time frame for about 15 years. But this particular one's about 3 years old, 3 or 3.5, something like that. And it's in 576 common year, which is very, we're all familiar with in the Greyhawk world. Started out from the city of Narwhal to Hommlet, now to the Wild Coast. It's gone pretty well. It's kind of been my twist on Gary's series of Temple of Elemental Evil, the Slavers, possibly going to go to the Giants, and, just that whole thing. But I'm tweaking it out and have added some lore in that I want to add to Greyhawk. So last week, 2 weeks ago, the Paladin opened the door because behind the door, they're in the Slaver Stockade right now. And the whole thing is along the lines of it. One of the players has got his wife was kidnapped. She's in there somewhere, he believes. And they're also there there's a noble that was captured. So 2 for 1 going
double
in there.
Rescue.
Yeah. so the group is in the Slaver's Stockade. Don't ask me how they got there, because they needed some divine help to get there, because there was no way they were sneaking past the gatehouse to get into there. So they got in there. Cool, awesome. And behind one of the doors, after a big battle, help me, help me, help me. A beautiful voice too, by the way, very, very beautiful voice. And you could tell that she was beautiful just by her voice, right? One of those voices. So the paladin, the lawful neutral paladin, yes, he's lawful neutral because he's a variation of the paladin, opens up the door, and in front of him is this very beautiful woman, and then he locks eyes with her, and then he fails his saving throw, and he turns to stone. Yes, it was a Medusa.
She was rock hard. Yeah.
Yeah, it was rock hard after that. I think I'm missing comments here. So,
and no, I'm not on a 3-day bender. I just have a lot of hair for my age. It's very thick.
Oh, Blair is in there. Oh, she said, what? What the heck? That was very mean. Okay, I'll have to go back to the comments. Anyways, so he had a familiar. And what happened is St. Cuthbert says, you're not done yet. And they morphed the two together. So now the paladin is a hare. And he's inside his familiar's body. And this hare is a huge, you know what a hare is, right? But it's a huge variety of it. So now this hare is walking around with full plate mail and a mace, magical mace, and doing hare things, but really that character. So it worked out pretty interesting and pretty neat for if you got to take it, go ahead and mute. You want me to mute you?
I muted it.
Okay. Anyway, so he's walking around with that, and the group goes into this chamber after a whole bunch of stuff going on. They go into this chamber, and there's this guy being tortured, and a bunch of goblins around there. And so the magic user says, "Well, I'm after the tone."
Hi, Chris. This is Rem. Working on Castle Wolfman stuff. If you can give me a call back,
okay, you can mute, dude. It's okay. It's okay to mute.
836.
I can't mute the answering machine though. It's old.
I have a couple questions for you. So
Okay.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. Bye. I'm online, but okay.
You're killing me, bro. This is the last time you're coming on. All right. Anyways,
my publicist, yes.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so anyways, so the magic user ends up throwing a fireball and killing the guy that was being tortured and killing the goblins. And it was a big fight after that. And blah, blah, blah. Well, after the battle was done, the paladin says, "You're a murderer," and attacks the magic user, and then all hell breaks loose. And so Terry Orr could probably tell the story a lot better than me because he was one of the players. But I got to get to the comments here, man. They're blowing up here. Woo! Anyways, go ahead and
so we came into this room, and the guy's being tortured by a bunch of goblins and a humanoid. We didn't even get a chance to identify what the humanoid
you didn't
was.
see who it was. Yeah,
It was at least a gnoll. It was a big thing. Okay, and probably more like an ogre or something. But the magic user hears this poor guy screaming and goes, "Oh, enough's enough," and lets loose the fireball and just blows out the whole room. And I mean, the flames came licking back to about 5 feet from us. So it's like, did you run the math on that, or we just get really lucky? Okay. Anyway, and it B, by the way, but and then as I'm healing him because these wargs attacked and got him badly, all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, this wild hare, and not the kind that gets up your but comes leaping out of the darkness and swings, murderer, traitor, oh my god, and he tries to just absolutely obliterate the magic user. I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on? So as the mace descends, our bard comes in and parries the blow with a blade that we've all been worried about because we think it's probably evil, as it's this blade which has like black glow that comes off of it and red lettering on it, and and all of these things that would indicate that it might not be terribly lawful good.
Well, he detected chaos on it. He really did.
Well, okay, and so this infuriates the paladin. Okay, and so he goes to swing, gets ready to swing again, and because he's going to swing again, I'm trying to interpose myself between the mage because I don't want my work to go to waste. And I just brought him back from almost dead. I tried to interpose myself between the two because we have the same deity. And I thought, well, maybe I could talk some sense into the paladin. Maybe at least we can say, let's have a trial or something, right? And our monk comes flying in with an open hand and just labels the poor paladin. Well, Rabbit actually.
Puts him to -2 or something like that.
Yeah,
he hit him for a crit actually, and I think that's all he needed, a crit to hit him, and he critted him.
And the monk is all like, disloyalty of this nature will not be tolerated, because he's looking at it from the standpoint of you just turned on your own party. And okay, the cleric was just terribly confused at this point with why does everybody think that they run the party? Because probably the ranger runs the party, but okay. Oh my god. So while he's unconscious, evidently he takes a little ethereal trip to our buddy St. Cuthbert, and St. Cuthbert defrocks him, gets rid of his special link with his familiar, and it becomes a pet, gets rid of all of his paladin-like abilities, makes him into a fighter. And so I convinced them that, no, we don't want to kill the paladin right away. There's more to this story, and we need to find out what it is before we continue to just, tear ass down this road, so to speak. It's not a paved road. Don't do more than 100. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. And so I agree. We tie him up. He'll wake up tied up. He won't be able to do anything. We'll be able to talk about this. Right, guys? Okay. And that's about where we stopped. So to learn that he wasn't a paladin anymore.
Yeah, so when that deed happened and he attacked the magic user,
yes,
he went unconscious. St. Cuthbert comes to him and says, "You disappoint me. This was neither the time nor the place. We have a mission, and the mission is X, Y, and Z, and you are now getting in the way of the mission by trying to, utilize your resources," type of thing. Sure, this guy is a wingnut, but you know what? He's going to be key to us completing this mission. Sure, this guy over, you know what I mean? So
I even went further in my train of thought. I said to myself, what kind of lawful paladin doesn't make a challenge first? Does not challenge his adversary first.
Yeah, instead of technically backstabbing him almost.
Yeah. A surprise attack from a paladin? Excuse me?
Yeah.
So, I figured something not good was going to happen to the paladin.
Yeah.
But I felt
the opportunity I felt the opportunity for Cuthbert to come in, and so basically what happened, guys, is Cuthbert stripped him of all his paladinhood. And Chris has even got a prayer beads. If those of you guys remember what that magic item
atonement
is.
Beads.
And one of the beads is an atonement bead. And he says, "Why can you have this, to fix it?" And Cuthbert said, "No." So what I'm going to have him do is he's going to go back to the village of Hommlet, to the temple of St. Cuthbert, the Church of St. Cuthbert over there. He's going to need to atone, do all that, and plus you guys have to still deliver that book to her too, so you have to go back. Yeah.
Well,
by the way, you need to be holding that.
Said, will you take his mace and use it in my name? And I was like, well, I would if that is your wish, but it's kind of a real slap to the poor guy to be using his weapon in front of him. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to
I stripped him of all his magic, his holy mace, and so he is now forever. Dr. Phobos, you are forever until otherwise a fighter. Have any of you guys ever had characters that get stripped of their, because there's other classes too that if they do something, I think rangers, you can strip a range, or there's other classes too that
druids is a big one.
I can't think of that. Maybe a paladin, maybe a cavalier.
Druids is a big one, because if you do something that is intentionally
druid too,
where you intentionally hurt wild neutral creatures without reason.
Clerics too.
Well, sure. Yeah.
Clerics can be stripped from their gods if they, let's say you do a cleric of, somebody, and you do
break into town, rob all the merchants, and it would be bad. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't have him change his alignment because I think he learned, he realized, oh yeah, I was wrong. And so I think he still is good, neutral good
Atonement, yes, sir.
in atonement. Yeah. Yeah. And, but I think that, I'm going to make it different. I'm not going to make it difficult, but it's got to be a difficult act to restore his paladinhood. It's got to be some type
of course, my character is very depressed because he's already had to go to the wall for this paladin once to get him back a couple of levels that he lost. Not through any fault of his own necessarily, other than perhaps being a little less cautious than he should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Brass Monkey says something here which is interesting, which I don't do as a DM. He says my 7th level ranger's constitution drop low enough to had turned him into a fighter. So yeah, it's funny. You know, if I I allow characters' abilities to go lower than the lower, what's the seal, not the ceiling, but the floor for
various
what's needed for that class. He's still, in my mind, he's still a ranger, but he's just not a good, a really, really good ranger. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, starting's one thing, but if they kind of by, ability drain or something like that, I still keep them. That's just how I play. But yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. I've heard of DMs doing that if things drop because of, there's monsters out there that will drain your constitution or your dexterity or
your strength.
Your strength. Yeah, strength's a big one. Yeah. So yeah, Advanced says if clerics change deities, of course. Yeah, that's the deity will say, "Yep, I'm not giving you your spells anymore."
Right.
Yeah.
So you have to get your new deity to back you as though you were the level you used to be, so to speak.
Yeah, that might be a hard sell. Yeah,
that might be a hard sell.
Yeah, Dr. Phobos says the book that was in my pack when I was petrified. Yeah, that had to be given up. Yeah,
I've got a lot of your stuff.
One last time, if you want to come on and defend yourself, I'll send you the link, Mr. Phobos. You, DM Angelo, are kind. Yeah, mark the shark.
The kind that the poor paladin didn't need, though. That's
the kind that the poor paladin. Yeah. So, anyways, that's our story. If any of you guys are ever interested in seeing every week that we play, we do blog entries, and there's 3 or 4 players besides myself as the DM that chronicles what happened in the previous episodes. God, this blog's been, I don't know, it's going on 3.5 years of whatever. By the way, I called the campaign Hommlet Dark, and maybe someday I'll tell you guys why. But yeah, it's hommlet-dark.com or blog.hommlet-dark.com if you ever want to check it out. I'll put it in the chat.
I'm going to throw you a curveball. You ready?
Yes.
Would any of these things have occurred if I'd never gotten that necklace of prayer beads?
I don't know. Yeah, that was absolutely bonkers, because sometimes what I do with magic items and stuff, I randomly roll it as a treasure. I don't have it all statted out already. And he rolled a prayer bead necklace. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's in the DMG. It's a magic item. And you have to randomly roll what each individual bead is. And this guy rolled, tell him.
Well, I got a summoning bead, 2 atonement beads, a curing bead, and I forget what the last one is. It's something of little consequence, which is what
curing or something like that. Yeah.
Well, no, the curing one I use almost every time, every day.
Yeah, that's a pretty good. Yeah.
But
okay, Dr. Phobos is going to come on. This is going to be freaking awesome.
While you're bringing him in, the interesting thing is that when
I'm going to put it in Discord for you, brother.
Well, when I rolled it, Angelo had never seen it in play before, so he thought it was a moderate magical item, and then I
looked it up, and it was like, what?
I went to use the summoning bead, and he's like, okay, so what's your percentage? I said 97. How can it be 97%? Well, I have a bead of summoning, which adds 90%.
90% chance of summoning a god anytime you want.
Yeah, you get the red headline to your god.
As a DM, and you guys tell me if this is. I think this is fair because that thing can be abused, right? It could be abused. So the last time he did a summoning, Cuthbert said, "Okay, I'll do this, but I'm taking," and he took 10,000 XP from him. So the way I think of it to kind of moderate it is every time you call, you're going to have to pay for
That
something.
was the second time I'd summoned him that year.
Yeah. Dr. Phobos, I put it in Discord. Yeah, you know, the first time I think you guys asked for somebody to be resurrected, right? Or something like that.
Yes.
And,
Well, no, I tried to get his
so
levels
he
back.
said, I'll do it, but this is what my price is. My price is I have this quest that you guys need to do.
Which
and
was
this
cool.
quest needs to be handled, and it's going to be difficult. And it was difficult. We lost a character because of it. We lost
it's not DoorDash. I get that, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And Michael's going to come in right now.
Okay.
So the and by the way, this scenario we're talking about that Cuthbert sent them on, this rescue mission of this item. I don't want to say it because I'm actually going to be running this and kind of want to write up the whole. I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. It's a really good scenario that I kind of came up with, but we had fun. Anyways, Mr. Rourke, it's good to see you, man.
Mr. Rourke?
Mr. Rourke is in the crowd. Yes.
From Fantasy Island.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was like,
not that Rourke.
I'm not
Mr. Rourke.
Oh.
Mr. Rourke, sound off with your good to see you, dude. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have Michael S. Webster, Irving the Reluctant, and he is a vital part of our Wednesday game. He plays Irving the Reluctant, who is our Dragon issue 106 Paladin from the Lion. It's Lyan from the plethora of paladins. He's a lawful neutral paladin of St. Cuthbert, and as of the last, I kind of told you guys what happened. As of the last episode in our game, he is now a fighter. What do you say for yourself, my friend? Jeffrey Johnson.
I'm innocent.
Whoa.
If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Yeah. Jeffrey Johnson, would you like to come on? Because you were the magic user that was attacked by this gentleman. Let me know, and I will send you the link to jump on.
I probably need to return that call in about 20.
Okay. So. Well, I'll do a brief overview of who Irving is. So Irving started out as he was expecting to be a cleric of St. Cuthbert.
Yeah.
He'd be, going to some village, being a regular cleric, or going to a library, and he's very intellectual type, scrawny kid.
Yes. Okay,
well,
come on.
At the confirmation of his essentially graduation, in the temple where he was trained, the ceremony is they go in, all the students go in, and they touch, or they grab this lesser artifact known as the Lesser Mace of St. Cuthbert.
Yeah,
and
pretty
more
badass
often than not,
too, by the way.
And what? Anyway, I have no idea what you just said.
I said it was a pretty badass mace too.
Oh yeah, definitely. So in most cases, pretty much in all cases in current living memory, somebody goes in, grabs it, it does not move because it's in a beam of light, just kind of hovering there. Irving goes up and he removes the mace, shocking everybody.
Yep.
Now he's a paladin of St. Cuthbert.
Okay.
He never wanted to be, but he is, hence the reluctant part.
The reluctant, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So as a lion, Mr. Rourke's going to get a new set of ovaries. Since a lion is able to cast both clerical and magic user spells, as if they were all clerical spells, he casts Find Familiar, and we roll, get a hair, and that is Harvey. For those of you who like movies, you know what that name means.
And it's a white hair, by the way, right?
Actually, I think it was a gray hair.
It was a gray hair.
Was it a white hair? I don't remember.
I think you said it was a white hair at first.
It's gray in the picture.
Maybe
he's gray now.
Maybe it turned gray.
So fast forward, we're adventuring with this party, and so we go, and you explained it, is that we hear a beautiful voice crying from behind the door. Now, as a player, I know that's a bad sign for two reasons. One, it's going to be a honey trap. Two, I have never had good luck with a woman with a beautiful voice and an unseen face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
these are like totally bad red flags for me as a player.
Yeah.
Paladin, on the other hand, he doesn't have this experience.
Yeah.
And of course, it's in his guidelines. All women must be honored. Care for the sick and the distressed. Yada yada yada. And so he goes up. The door's jammed. Yeah. And he uses what I call the lockpick of Saint Cuthbert.
Yeah, the mace.
That's basically where he takes the mace and pounds something open.
Yeah.
So the door opens. He goes in. He's about to go in when was it Dog and Slash run in first. They go, oh.
Yeah, and they made their saves too.
Those jerks made their saves. I go in. I roll a freaking 1.
Mm-hmm. Instantly turns into stone.
So I start singing a little They Might Be Giants. The statue made me high.
Yep.
And so I'm stuck. Okay. Angelo comes to me during the week and says, okay, here's what we're going to do. Harvey, who is currently, being really sad at the feet of the statue, merges with the spirit, soul, essence of Irving to become Harving. So now the only thing that makes the transition with him is his armor and the mace. And so I move up. The party has already moved on, seeking if there's finding some cure for the fossilization, and catches up to them, and surprise, I'm back, sort of. So we go along to the adventure. We come up to a door. I'm listening to the door. The door doesn't say anything, but I'm hearing the screams of pain coming from beyond the door.
And you guys, let me stop you here. This is now Harving, right? Harving is his hair. Well, the essence of the petrified or stone Irving has now been morphed into Harving. So you have this 3 foot, smaller than a hobbit, hair, wearing plate mail. Yeah, wearing plate mail. I might have a picture of it that we kind of drew, that you drew. Wearing plate mail, holding a mini mace and helm and all that neat stuff. Pretty cool little addition to the party. That's how we kind of kept him in because there's no way for them to turn him back from stone to flesh. They're not high enough level to cast that spell. Anyways, go ahead.
Anyway, so he informs the party and they prepare to go through the door. Through the door, there's just a hallway. We determine where the screaming is coming from, and we head to there. It's Dog and the Ranger and Irving who are at the lead, and they're the first ones to make it to the steps of the torture chamber. So we see that there's some torturing going on. And so after we dodge a dropped chandelier, it's not actually a chandelier, but it's a rack with candles and stuff for light. So no tinkle tinkle crash, but it's thud. So we were about to engage the goblins when down comes Silver Sun.
The guy below us.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
So Silver Sun comes down and he surveys the scene and he pulls out his rod of absorption and launches a fireball at the group. Where does he put the target? Right behind the rack with the guy that's being tortured.
Mass destruction. Yeah.
It goes big bada boom.
Yeah. Thank God it was a big room too.
Yeah.
Definitely put him
Yeah,
out.
it's like, so, you know,
Killed the whole party.
after what 5 minutes of determining the radius of that blast,
Because Chris wouldn't shut up. But yeah. Mhm.
yeah, everything is like incinerated or
Yeah.
melted.
Yeah.
Um,
Good place fireball.
and then you know, Irving is shocked because
30-foot ceilings.
30-foot ceilings.
Yeah. Well, I think I determined that it would be about 30 feet in per side.
Yeah. That's about what it was.
So it would have filled that whole space.
Yep.
So Irving's pretty shocked because Silver Sun just killed an innocent, you know. But before do anything, a bunch of wargs attack.
Yep. Yep.
So we have to deal with those.
And the
And then
bugbear.
afterwards,
3 wargs and 2 bugbears.
oh yeah, and the bugbears. Well, Terry Orr dealt with the bugbears fairly easy with a hold spell.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, so Irving, who's still shocked, he's
How dare
basically
you.
acts as judge, jury, and executioner
Judge Dredd.
on Silver Sun, goes to basically pound him into a new incarnation when the bard intercedes and blocks his blow with his chaos.
Sword.
I've been calling it a chaos blade.
Yeah.
Which
And that's our bard in the group. He plays Eric in our group plays a bard out of Dragon Magazine. It's the Welsh bard. Those of you guys, I'll do a video on it. It's a really cool bard. Anyways, go ahead.
yeah, which as a side note, really disappointed me about the picture that Silver Sun posted for his blog. I mean, I would have loved to have seen that interaction between those two blades because I thought that was really cool. So anyway,
I did. I posted that picture.
yeah, it is. But the interaction between the sword and the mace,
Yeah. No,
wasn't as-
the whole picture's terrible. That
Yeah,
mace has this weird ghost.
You know, the
hand.
way I described the clashing of the mace and the chaotic, the holy mace and the chaotic sword was, when you see, Darth Vader and Obi-Wan in Star Wars, their lightsabers clash because they made a shine kind of good versus evil or chaos versus law because really it's not a good
Yeah.
mace, it's a lawful mace, a lawful mace. So
Mike
from what I
definitely
understand
needs to
about
teach me how to use the AI image.
Yeah. Well, from what I understand, AI is pretty well sucks with that sort of interaction.
yeah,
At least when it's not
Made the
like
faster.
drawing arms coming out of nowhere.
yeah,
Exactly.
Okay, so we're kind of locked in that, and the mace, which has spirits attached to it from previous wielders, says Silver Sun is not the threat right now. Patience.
yep. That's what he
So
tells
it's
you.
like Irving is like going, no, this guy has to face justice, swift, sure justice. But he concedes and he steps back. Then the monk comes in, does an open palm attack, and knocks me into the next lifeline.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that's the best representation I've seen of Harvey or Harvey.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one turned
that's
out
a really
great.
good picture.
Yeah.
Of Harvey. Don't you have another one too? I think there was. You put. Oh, okay. And I see what picture you guys are talking about. Yeah, that's
Tiger
Harvey.
Wan, Terry Orr, everybody's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. That's really good. I mean, you did a really good job there. But this is the picture you're talking about right here. The clash of the.
Yeah,
that one. And,
That's it. I mean, that's really good. I mean, it's not the best depiction, but it kind of gets the point across.
And what the hell is that? I didn't notice this before, but what the hell is that arm doing?
No,
the
exactly.
Or the Morning Star.
The Phantom.
It's like, wow.
The Phantom arm is weird. Yeah.
I think the AI is stoned more than I was.
Yeah, that's a bad picture. Let me see if I can bring this picture up. Let me see if I can bring this. This is really cool.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my God, it worked. Look at that. That's basically what he got morphed into. I don't know if you guys can see this. So it's processing on my end.
It's working on it.
Yeah.
So I get knocked into next week. I get knocked down to -1.
There he is. Yeah. So this was done by Michael here. But this is what Harvey kind of.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Turned into, even though he looks like a giant hair, but yeah.
It's perspective.
Perspective. Yeah. Yeah. But
needs
yeah,
somebody
that's
behind
pretty cool.
perspective.
So I get knocked down to -1 hit points.
Yeah, you got dropped. That was crazy because he rolled a 20 and he hit you with the flying kick, which that's one of
open palm.
No, it was a flying kick. It was 3d10 damage, and he doubled it. Yeah, that knocked you down. Yeah, it was a flying kick.
And I could have sworn it was an open palm.
No. I remember him saying that. But either way, he knocked you.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm like, I'm not tasting blood because I'm unconscious. Terry Orr does cure serious wounds, brings me back up.
Yeah, they tie you up.
And then they tie me up. And then St. Cuthbert tells our erstwhile cleric that basically I'm stripped of my paladinhood.
Yeah.
I am no longer worthy of wielding the mace.
Good night, Mr. Rourke.
And separated Harving back into Irving and Harvey. Meanwhile, the other characters are trying to keep Silver Sun from freaking out.
Yeah.
And he's spewing threats. And then that's pretty much where we concluded with Harvey, the now regular rabbit, hopping over to Irving. It's his master. The link is gone between the two.
Yeah. Good night, Brash. Take care, dude.
And really, of anything else, that's the worst thing that had happened to Irving, in his opinion.
Well, he was reluctant to become a paladin, kind of grew into it, did a pretty good job, and then made a slight but pretty important mistake. And it's got to be some atonement for it.
Great role playing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Super fun. In-party strife can be difficult, so.
Well, especially when you got players who lean into it and find it fun as well.
Yeah.
Inter-party conflict where
I totally was. I was totally into it.
Yeah, where the players get pissed off. That's what usually happens. Other times with this group, leaned right into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I played Irving how he would have reacted, because remember Angelo, death before dishonor before innocents are harmed, let's see here, care for the sick and the distressed, do not permit chaos to do harm.
Yeah.
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah, you dropped those on me at second level.
Yeah.
So he was acting within those precepts.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then when he saw a fellow party member,
Yeah.
who he started to distrust after the whole crown thing.
I just put a poor torture victim out of his misery.
He did what he thought
he wasn't that miserable.
Yeah.
Oh, he was
Well,
very
he also
miserable. He was on the rack.
You did what you thought you should have done. By the way, your camera, something's covering that.
Yeah, I've got a roll top desk on here, and it slid under the lip.
Yeah, it's okay. We see you now. The paladin did your Irving the paladin guys did what you thought you were supposed to do. But what you guys will find out, and this is the only reason that I could justify it, is this is bigger than just that moment. Do you know what I mean? This is that what you guys are doing is a lot bigger with that moment. And if you killed or arrested and that might have been the better route, is take him back for some type of a trial. You know what I mean? But you're right, swift justice. That is a very that is a key. All corners must be pounded smooth. You know, that kind of stuff. I totally get it.
I was also looking at it from my military experience.
Yeah,
it was drilled into us that taking an enemy prisoner would be great. But if you're alone or only have a couple people with you, you may have to execute that prisoner.
Got it.
Because keeping track of that prisoner is putting you in danger, because he could reverse the tables or whatever.
Yeah.
If you release him, he's just going to go back, and then he's an enemy combatant again. So usually the best thing to do for you and your group mates is to execute. It's unfortunate, but that's the reality of war.
Yeah.
That's how Irving looked at that. As the paladin, or as a lion, he has the authority to execute justice wherever he is.
Yeah.
He has that responsibility. So that's the way I played it. Silver Sun, being the chaotic neutral guy that he is, he did. It's like, oh, okay, boom.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah. So what were your so what were your thoughts, Jeff? By the way, you guys. Jeff, thanks for jumping on. This is Jeff Johnson, my buddy. All these guys are my friends. I consider all you guys my friends. We talk all through the week, and I love gaming with you guys. Jeff, I met Jeff a couple years back at a con, and we play a lot of Booty Hill together and stuff like that. But anyway, so Jeff is our magic user in our group. He's one of our newer players. I think you've been probably with us for, I don't know, what do you think? Maybe 6 months?
Yeah, shoot, half a year, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like
but anyways, I wanted your perspective on this, because you were the one that cast the fireball, and it I wonder what your thought was about that. What did you think you were doing?
So as you recall, we've been creeping, and with every door opening, I thought we could be ambushed or open up into big numbers. When we heard the screaming and we're going down the hallways looking, and finally found that stairway going down to the torture chamber, we all went down there. We looked at everything, saw the 16 golems. I wasn't ready to throw the fireball immediately. It was the chandelier that came crashing down. Dog and Harvey jumped out of the way. I said, okay, forget it. I ain't going to get hurt or someone get hurt first. Killed the 16 golems. And I didn't even think about the prisoner. Hopefully he was so far gone, I was putting him out of his misery anyway.
Yeah.
It's not that miserable. Jury and executioner.
Yeah, one thing about that too is I never described the person on the table.
King.
Yeah. I never described who he was, what he was, or whatever. And you guys wouldn't. He burned to death too, so you wouldn't really be able to. Maybe if you guys looked at him, you'd be able to determine what race or whatever he was. Or
well, now he's a crispy critter.
Yeah, he's a Krispy Kremer now. But yeah,
you dropped the chandelier. We didn't have time to assess or really. I thought, what was next? You know, someone shoot a fireball at us. Forget that.
Well, if you guys waited, the goblins would have volleyed something at you guys.
Right,
so,
exactly.
You know,
they all throw daggers or had something.
Okay, let me bring Chris back. Do you think he's done? Are you done, Chris? You ready?
I am done.
Okay, cool. Let me
stick a fork at me, baby.
You missed a little bit of Michael's narration of what his thought pattern was to attack the magic user, and then Jeffrey kind of just talked about his reason and why he just decided to disintegrate the goblins, which I can fully understand. I mean, you can say it again if you'd like.
He melted them. Actually, he didn't disintegrate them.
Yeah, they were.
That's a 6th level spell.
Yeah, they were toast. They were toast. Oh, and that's right. You would have done because you would have done a little bit more. It was 66 plus. What is it per level? Another D per level, something like that.
It's 1 die per level, and all ones count as 2s.
Yeah.
Yeah, what they have a feast 5 maybe.
Yeah.
Well, except whatever you had in the rod isn't your fireball. It's whoever put it in there's fireball.
No. What you absorb counts as the charge.
Hey, Angelo, thanks for jumping on, man.
You have on the rod. I had 5 charges in it, absorbed. Now I cast a 3rd level spell through it.
So now you get
2 3 charges.
Yeah. That's how you did it.
Yeah. 5 minus 3 is 2, right?
And I didn't. It was actually hard. It was hard cast. It wasn't even through the rod.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I used memory.
Then it's just yours. Then it's
I have 2 fireball spells cast now. After the last rest, I went all offensive craziness. So 2 fireballs.
Let me say something real quick. Agile, thanks for jumping on, man. And I also I forgot to last night. Hey, thanks for joining, becoming a member too, which is really cool. I appreciate that support. And what we're doing here right now, we had David Quick on earlier tonight. He had to split early. He was having video problems too, but these guys that are on here, you know who Chris is, and Michael and Jeff. These are guys on my campaign. We're talking about our last session, which was a very awesome role-playing session where the paladin over here in the corner, this guy down over, there you go, raise your hand, got stripped of his paladin hood. So we're kind of recapping that. But thanks for jumping on, dude. I really appreciate it.
Every time I've noticed too, and correct me if I'm wrong, Michael, but every time I do, like I give something as an item, and I say, "Oh, we should give that to Silver Sun," or I go to the guy and have him a bandolier made for his dagger. You give me kind of a side glance, kind of a, he's a heathen, one of those type glances.
Yeah.
I don't remember doing that. If I did, it was unconscious,
completely inadvertent. All right, well,
because it wasn't until like the thing with the crown that I realized that he was chaotic.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not evil. It's just the fact that I don't.
You're just drawn that way.
That Irving doesn't.
What's a good representation of chaotic evil? I heard that, and I think that they statted Conan as being chaotic evil. I'm not evil, chaotic neutral.
Yeah, chaotic neutral.
What's your guys' definition of chaotic neutral?
You don't have an alignment. You do whatever you want, whenever you want. I don't let people play chaotic neutral, to believe it or not.
That's pretty much the general idea most people have for chaotic neutral.
I think here it is. Chaotic neutral is you're thinking about yourself 95% of the time.
Yeah.
The other 5% is not evil stuff, because I don't like demons or torturers. I'm chaotic neutral. Think of it this way. I'm an agnostic. I'm an atheist. I'm not a Satanist.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's what it is.
To contrast it to chaotic,
like
even though in the world of Greyhawk, there's no such thing as an atheist. So,
No,
'cause
and
the
that's
gods, the
and that's
gods
what
are
I'm
proven
saying.
that they live and they
To con-
exist. It's
to contrast it-
undeniable.
To contrast it with chaotic evil, chaotic evil is someone who inflicts any form of suffering just because it's fun.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
no, chaotic evil. You guys wouldn't have you guys would have killed me way sooner
Yeah.
than
You wouldn't have been with the group. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have never,
you might
I would
have
never
for a
even been
point,
there.
but you would have tried to backstab.
The
some
the
form or
neutral
another.
is tolerable just where we are. If we
Yeah.
were in a more peaceful setting, this might not be tolerable.
Yeah.
We are in some bad lands.
Yeah. So pretty much
Yeah,
the only reason why you would care about anybody else in the party is what you get out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm for party preservation due to self-preservation.
Yeah.
And I don't willingly want to see people hurt.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
smile. Correct. That
It
was
reminds me of
on the rack by himself. I wasn't gonna kill him with a magic missile for mercy. No.
See you later, Advance.
There was 16 goblins surrounded him, so I blasted the area.
So yeah, it reminds me of a quote from Babylon 5. Jakar says that people think that the universe is run on gravity or whatever. It's not. It's run on enlightened self-interest.
Agile, thanks so much for the super chat. He says, "Thou shalt not break the law of the paladin way."
it really did shock me
Thanks
that
for
you
the
didn't
super chat,
challenge
dude.
him first.
Yeah.
Honestly, Michael, that's the thing that got me. And I understand what your justification is. I don't necessarily disagree with it. I don't necessarily agree with it. It's valid. Yeah. Let's just say that. But I don't see that if you're lawful, you would, especially if your main thrust is lawfulness, that you wouldn't issue a challenge first.
I was looking at it as that he was a murderer. He had to be executed for justice.
Yeah.
I don't think Cuthbert's Judge Dredd.
Justice supersedes valor in his mind.
Well, you see, I find Dredd to be probably chaotic good as well. He does not work and play well with others.
Yeah, he doesn't willfully want to kill things. And
who's that? Who was that? Sorry,
Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd.
Oh, Judge Dredd.
Judge, jury, and executioner.
I am the law.
Yeah. Yeah, I could have seen a challenge go there, but everybody's going to step in because kind of like what they did. But I also see the big and that's why I whispered that to you, Paladin, and I don't know if you shared it with everybody, but there's a bigger Cuthbert is can't remember if he's a lesser god, right? So lesser gods deal with things on the prime material planes. A greater god is more celestial, doesn't care about this small pity world here, right? So St. Cuthbert's got stakes in Earth right now. Earth, you know what I mean?
What happens, yes.
And what's happening. And you guys right now are a tool for him, right? And so whatever you're doing right now has got some kind of implication or some kind of a there's a story behind it. You know what I mean? What you guys do is going to affect something else, and you guys will find that out later. I think that's where there's a big web that I've woven that you guys are involved in, and I think he wants to see you guys succeed in this specific thing. And if you don't have a party, you're not going to succeed in this. And I think he saw it that way.
Let's party.
So us mere mortals, we don't have the so-called big picture of what's going on.
Yeah, and that's where I wanted.
And what? St. Cuthbert is going to have a PowerPoint presentation telling us what's going on? No, I don't think so.
No, the gods aren't.
That's why it's called faith.
The gods aren't. Yeah, the gods are definitely like that. Think of the Greek gods. And
I said, that whole melding of Irving and Harvey and the Harving was the most chaotic stuff we've seen yet.
Yeah.
There's that.
There's that. Yeah. That was pretty. I don't know if you could call that as chaotic, but yeah, from the outside looking.
No, I mean, yeah.
definitely chaotic. Like, what the hell is going on with this world? But it was also a method for him to give the paladin the ability to continue on.
If I was
what St. Cuthbert wanted to get done.
If I was an external observer, though, honest to God, I'm probably the only, middle of the road standard character in the whole damned party, for God's sake. I mean, we have a bard who's obviously continually plotting something in the background, and it seems to be okay by me, so I'm all right with it. But I know it bothers Irving.
Well, at least he's not seducing everything he comes across.
Yeah, we have an angry bard for sure. Angry bard.
Yeah, well, and he isn't telling us everything, and I'm okay with that. But whatever. Kern is the only other one that I would think at this point. Again, an outside observer would go, "Oh no, he's pretty normal. He's trying to save his wife. He's normal."
Yeah. He's there for his wife. That's for sure.
The rest of you are a little bit out there. Okay.
Everybody, yeah. There's too many factors to think of.
Yeah.
Well,
now,
do you guys remember why you're at the? I mean, obviously, Kern has got his wife somewhere in here.
We're supposed to be saving some noble dude.
Yeah, the noble brother of Dame Gold, who is she's a noble over in the city of what is that, Safeton. Yeah, you guys were hired by her, and if you do find her brother, she's gonna have a really good reward for you guys when you get back.
I'm sorry, I don't know who named the town Safeton, but
it's
stay up all night on that. I mean, what
Yeah.
After all the
whoever thought of that NPC name
and slaves we've seen, saving this one guy for her is going to be nothing.
Yeah. In the grand scheme of things,
talk about chaotic neutral tendencies. We're just going to forget about everybody else until we find this guy. Then we're going to go get our money.
Well, you see, I've learned to ignore the little voice that agrees with you that we should figure out a way to kill every last one of these slavers before we leave and take all of their loot. I ignore that voice because I'm a cleric.
Well, isn't that what Cuthbert said to you guys? I think he said go in there and flatten the place or something like that.
Burn it to its foundations. We've done that before.
Yeah.
Vampire and all.
Man.
Wow, Inner City is invading all of these games now. It's just
Yeah.
One thing I'd like
that was another good session too, I think.
Yeah. I'd like to say that I liked that Jeffrey posted on the blog, and I did too. Now I'm hoping that at least one or two more of the players post their viewpoints so we can finally get that Rashomon achievement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my ability to shoehorn in a story is not great because I can't even shoehorn in a live session without the phone ringing. I mean,
Yeah.
You understand what I mean about Rashomon? Yes.
Well,
actually, that was the code
getting everyone
when the kids were little to say we should go have sex sometime. Was
no.
But that's
Rashomon is a classic Japanese film.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That basically what it is it's like a murder mystery, but it changes viewpoint from the different characters. From from the murderer to a witness to other to the woman who is involved, and it never tells you who actually did the murder. It's a great movie.
I haven't actually submitted anything since the cleric duel from 2 levels ago.
That's right. Yeah. So
and I think I posted that for you. You gave me the write up, and I put it with your credits
up there somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're about to.
You missed this when you were gone, so this is uploading. Give me a second.
Oh no, I saw this.
Oh, you saw this?
I did.
Oh, okay. That's Harvey. That's Harvey and Irving morphed
Except
together.
In this picture, because the doorways are sizing him, he's too big.
Maybe that's what I mentioned that earlier, but I think that
I'm calling it perspective.
Yeah. Maybe that was a miniature corridor. That could have been a miniature corridor.
We haven't found that one yet. Okay.
Maybe
so there's another secret door somewhere. All right.
Yeah. Wow.
We'll send the paladin in first. Oh no.
So realistically, Jeff, you were kind of doing a very lawful thing by killing them because you were thinking about protecting the group.
Protecting the group.
And
Definitely.
what are the odds that this guy's even going to be savable? I'm sure it would have gone through your mind as well.
Or if he had all 4 of his limbs pulled out of his socket, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
He ain't walking nowhere.
His
We ain't
name's
carrying
not
him.
Well,
Then we go back
name's
to
not Matt.
what Michael was saying
See,
about
now-
that training where you have to. So
Yeah. Now, if only we had something like a magical form of healing and rejuvenation.
You'd need
You know,
a major
then-
restoration to reattach 4 limbs. You could do it, but I'm not that level yet.
Yeah.
yeah, or
What
Or
level are
we're
your
keeping that on a prisoner. We're keeping that
Or
for
we
ourselves.
could hope
Don't
that
make, don't make me get chaotic neutral here. Save
we
that.
could hope that his name was Art and we could name him on the wall. You know,
What level are your guys' characters too? It started with Terry. What are you?
7.
7th level cleric, and
Yeah.
then Michael, you were a 6th level paladin.
Yep.
6th level fighter now, and then what are
7th
you,
level.
Jeff?
7th level magic.
You're
user.
7th level now.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
crap!
The middle portion of the magic user chart is actually pretty forgiving.
Just
terms of-
yeah,
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 just
you don't
about- yeah, it's not getting crappy yet. After about 10th level, I'll never
Yes.
raise a level.
I think it's actually 11 or 12, but yeah.
Yeah, it's forever.
Let's
Well, it
see.
starts out
I
kinda
gotta
crappy.
remember.
It starts out kind of crappy, and then it levels out, and then it gets crappy again.
Yeah.
The lion progression is all over crappy. It like takes forever to level up.
Well, especially when you go and get drained by raids and stuff. I mean, you know.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have any appreciation that all my hard work, getting you back your experience, gone to waste though? All gone to waste.
Hey,
That
I had to
last
work with
adventure-
I had that quest put on me before that.
Pushed me 366 experience points into 7th level. So
Whoa.
good thing we got 450 the session before. Otherwise, I would have never made it.
I've told Angelo the story. You want to hear
You're welcome.
You want to hear what chaotic evil is? There was an inner city party I had 10 years ago, 20 years ago, where they got done robbing the bank, fighting their way through a bunch of high-level cops. And the one guy, I tallied all the wisdom points for him, and the one guy was like 800 short. And so he pulled his pistol and shot the guy in the back seat because he needed the experience points to level.
Wow. Yeah, you told me that story before.
that player is chaotic evil.
Yes. Well, there's no alignment, of course,
Yeah,
in inner city, but yeah, that was
Not
not.
very neutral about that. That's like lawful evil almost. You know.
Everybody else, everybody else in the party looked at him and went, dude, what are you doing? My God.
Yeah, so 7th level. Yeah, so you only need 30,000 to get to 8th. That's pretty good,
Yeah,
actually.
he'll be
Canter,
9th
yeah.
level while I'm still 8th level.
I
So,
was going to log on.
Yeah,
to
and then
Silver
here
Tongue the
it's jumping
Enchanter
at
also
yeah.
since he was 7th level.
Yeah,
Evans.
yeah, that's pretty good.
That 6th and
and
7th
then
magician
cleric.
and enchanter, you get those old school names.
Yeah, and
I need
Tim.
250,000 to get to 7th.
I know. Isn't that
That's total. I'm at 115,000.
yeah, I'm at like
Oh.
90 something because I lost a bunch.
Yeah.
yeah, let's see the cleric. If I go to the clerics, the cleric's got a really good progression table.
But you see, yeah,
Two.
you didn't need 110.
Oh yeah,
To
you
get
need
8th.
double.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oof.
Yeah, it gets pretty gross.
Yeah. It doubles every time. Oh my God. Yeah. So that's crazy. I never realized the magic users actually got a good progression
Not
path.
bad, yeah.
Yeah.
You said the party
I'll,
needed
I'll,
a healer.
I'll pull up the
The
lion.
stats I rolled were
Let me see
healer
if I can-
stats. Boom, done deal.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull the lion up here.
I think it's
We'll look
I
at
think it's
that.
the survival of the magic user. Think about it.
Yeah, it's tough.
I got less
I
than
mean,
20 hit points at 7th level.
You have 15 hit
Well,
points.
you're
That's
also
crazy.
weren't you
It's
also
actually
mauled by a
18,
ward?
but- but most of the time I'm hanging at 15. So I always got.
Well, all you really need to do is find a ring of invisibility. So it's invisible, cast, become visible. Oh, I'm invisible again. The very next round.
Yeah. You know, it's funny is you've cast invisibility quite a bit of times in some very key moments too, which is really good. So it's really good that you can pass that. 106. Here we go. 106. I'll bring this up real quick.
And Jeff, you have an adorable pussy.
Hey, she will not leave me alone when I'm talking to you guys. When we play, too.
She's jealous.
Yeah. She loves you.
She is my familiar.
Here it is right here. So here's the plethora of, and yes, I am pronouncing the word right.
You are.
Really, I used to say it was a plethora.
No, it's plethora.
Yeah. Anyways, the lion. Yeah, look at that. D12, 15. And they, yeah. If you go over to the lion's progression table, where is it at? Oh, it's down further. It's a really cool class. I've actually had a lot of people use this class in my campaigns over the years. I mean, from the 80s on.
Oh my God, you need the million for 9?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at this.
For 9th level.
Yeah. So you're 6th level right now, right? So where are you at XP wise?
About 115,000.
115. So you see, oh my God.
I'm not even halfway to 7th.
Yeah. That's pretty tough. And then it goes up 500 every single time. 500. Yeah. Look at these cleric spells too. They got some really good powers though. And then you get followers at a certain level. Yeah.
You get some get out of the ways at a certain level. And
detect chaos 20 foot per level. Look at that. Maximum range. That's insane. Saving throw bonuses, of course. Spells at 3rd level. Hit die.
That's a 5e character in 1st edition.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
Wait a minute. Where were his saving throw bonuses with the Medusa?
The saving throw bonuses only work from chaos and
it's only chaotic magic. It's right here on the screen.
And it's only I think this level it's +4.
We actually discussed how to shrink you so that we could bring you with the party without having to lug around a 400-pound statue.
Yeah.
So the lion paladin will actually have assassin followers. Do you see that? Assassin followers.
Yeah.
There's no lawful evil
Assassin.
assassin. No, I guess there is. I guess there's a lot of them. I bet.
Yeah.
Lawful evil.
Yeah,
assassin.
he's lawful neutral, so he'll use anybody on the spectrum if they're lawful.
Yeah.
I mean, the way I define lawful is you don't think about yourself all
ordered
all the
and
time.
organized all the time. Yes.
Yeah.
But
so let's look at the.
You read the background information now, right? Or did you not get through it yet?
I haven't gotten through the whole thing.
The wizards are lawful neutral, and my chief editor that's over in Virginia, Scott, was like, "Well, how's that possible that blah blah blah?" And I was like, "Look, dude, they're amoral but incredibly ethical." Oh no, those two mean the same thing. And we got a bigger discussion about that. But anyway, I said they don't even have words in their language for revenge or retribution. They don't have any words for them because they don't ever feel that way.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Well, that's just crazy. No, they're ultimately lawful neutral. To them, evil is the destruction of knowledge. That's it. Anything else is fair game.
So here is the and that was really, I think you rolled.
You said she was pretty.
She is pretty. Look at her.
She's pretty ugly.
She was pretty until she started her gaze attack, and then she looked like that. Yeah. So
I rolled a natural 1.
Yeah, lawful evil. Yeah, it's interesting that they're lawful. Yeah, I thought they would be more.
I saw that face once when I was like, "It's your turn to change the diaper."
She killed Kern, but with poison. The
Venom.
snakes from her head bit Kern, and he died from a poison bite from her.
But he got better.
He got
yeah.
better. Thanks to some
and
unforeseen
then plus
agency.
poison. So I think that it says speak their own time. Saving throw opponent versus eyes. Creature self to stone. Blah blah blah. What does it say for the poison? I thought I read it in here. It's save versus right here.
Save versus poison or die, yeah.
And it's a 10-foot range on the attack. So if it's bitten with save versus poison or die.
I mean,
that's pretty tough. These guys are nasty.
The petrification, paralyzation save table in first edition is rarely used. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's one of the creatures where you actually are saving for it finally.
Yeah. Petrification, paralyzation, and what's the other
spell and poison?
Poison was on the pet chart too.
Breath weapon.
No, I mean, what's the other? What paralyzation, petrification, and what else? What's the third one on that?
Paralyzation, petrification.
Yeah, I think it's just
only
two.
Oh, it's the only two.
It's two: paralyzation and petrification.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought there was a third attribute on it, or third whatever. Well, woo, man. So what's next on that? Man.
Well, we got to kill some more slavers.
What's next? How is Irving going to act?
Oh, I've been jotting down some ideas.
Yeah.
Duty continues.
Yeah. How pissed off is Irving or Silver Sun now?
Almost out of
That's kind of going to be up to us, I think.
His abilities.
Okay. Say one more time, you guys. I didn't hear what you said.
It's going to be up to us, really, how angry we are.
Yeah.
I will say this, and I think I hinted about it earlier, is that pretty much the worst thing that Irving has experienced is losing that connection with Harvey. He's basically lost his best friend. So now he's grieving that connection. So there's that.
So we're going to have to introduce him to women at this point. And no.
Hey, I'm a 58 level or a 58-year-old virgin.
You want to make his life worse? Yeah.
Well, if you're a 58-year-old virgin, for sure, man. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, those 40 years went by like that.
Yeah, remember?
It did go by. Yeah.
Listen to the DM. He just asked you if that was your real age. You're the one.
No. What was your age of your character?
My character is 58. I'm 57.
58. Yeah.
Why, Angelo?
No, I just wondering.
Why is Irving 58?
Irving is 58 because he got aged.
Yeah, he got aged.
So did I.
Remember, so did.
I don't have any age. I just have assistants.
Yeah, both of you guys did.
Yeah, man.
You know
that was another.
The interesting thing you guys haven't really talked about or even done anything with is that rod too.
I've done something with the rod. Oh,
yeah. Well, I know that, but I mean, actually, the rod in the game, not that rod. Yeah.
The rod of several parts that rod.
Yeah, the one
dog
piece
had.
of maybe seven.
Well, the dog has
the rod of 6 parts. The rod of
6 parts.
Yeah. Yep. Who's holding that? Is that Bard or is
I
that
thought
the
dog had it?
Dog or Bard? Yeah.
Because the dog is the one that's constantly getting whispered to.
That's true. Somebody's whispering to
Like
him.
I said, I'm the only normal character in the group. Now the Kern's here. Thank God there's a second.
Yeah. I will say though, that game, you guys as players did that's just some veteran D&D stuff right there. You know what I mean? That's some veteran playing. That was some really good role playing. That was good. And I really liked. I wish we had the Bard on here because like for him to step up.
No,
he would be completely non-communicative.
Everybody jived.
That was good.
That natural fail on the surprise check, and I'm the only one that failed when Harvey attacked, was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the dice told the story.
20
really.
to hit,
and then the natural 20.
Let's see who's surprised. Oh, Silver Sun, the dude that's gonna get hit in the head with the paint.
The dude who's getting a mace shoved up his ass. Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking forward to finding out what the truth is about the sword and crown.
Well,
Or-
you can experiment with them now. Who are you going to piss off?
Yeah, I was thinking that because when you said that the etching on the blade, the writing on the blade that I saw when we clashed, there's some part of Irving the nerd who wants to see if he can decipher it, because for all the languages that he took basically a lot of the ancient languages of Orth.
Yeah, the one in Discord came up as Amale. That one that you sent me that was just some weird language a couple days ago, a day ago.
Yeah, what was
Not
that?
that's a language I'm creating.
Okay, because it actually comes up from Google Translate as pretty close to a language that exists but is not really used.
Like what? Like
It
Aramaic
was
or
like
something?
Amalay, I think it is all I can remember it being called, like Amilay.
Here it
And I
is.
may have that sort of correct.
Here it is, Michael. Ever since you guys have picked me up, Silver Sun, we have been on the run. We have not. I got 2 scrolls we got out of that guardhouse we burned down when Harvey was outside. Man. I got a spell book I can try to add to my spell book. So we haven't even been able to sit down and decipher anything. Nevertheless, look at the stuff we've grabbed.
I'm looking for that message
and
that he
that
sent
sword, man. Yeah, something's up with the sword for sure. Who knows with the crown? But us being intelligent and knowing Angelo, there's something up with the crown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got something, or he'll wing it and it'll still be just as devastating.
Yeah. So what's weird is we'll see if Slash starts coveting the sword too much, because he already is.
Yeah, it's all in here, guys.
We're gonna try to take it away from him, and he's gonna go nuts.
It's all the secrets in here somewhere.
Yeah.
You say that, but
it's all in here, actually. Well, dude, you know what'd be kind of cool is if we did a show just dedicated to recapping like good episodes like this, kind of like what we did tonight. Yeah. Yeah, Death Ray. That's what I thought. There's another one. Yeah.
You know, like I said, those are I mean, when you use that save table, right?
Yeah,
I mean, very rare. You ain't fighting a lot of Gorgons, Catablepus. I mean,
what? I'm wondering, what do you use Death Ray for as a save?
Is it only a beholder?
I would think it's save versus death.
Yeah.
Or magic. 1 of 2.
No, save versus death is
that's actually another.
No.
That's a specific save, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a few that have like a gaze attack.
Yeah, so paralyze. No, here we go.
I don't see any Death Ray on here.
You know what? We're all wrong. We're all wrong. Okay. Paralyzation, poison, and death magic.
That's
magic. What it says in.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it says in the.
It's on there.
And then there's petrification and polymorph.
Yeah.
Petrification and polymorph. And then there's so there's no Death Ray. Rod, staff, and wand, breath, weapon, and spell. Yeah. The paralyzation, poison, and death magic. That's I always call it.
Yeah, one of the rarest.
Death.
Probably breath weapon.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, gentlemen.
Now, speaking of recapping, you know what? Once a month, after 4 sessions, hopefully, and maybe 3, due to people's schedules, those would make good recaps.
Yeah.
And get enough content. Get enough content. We all
Get enough content. Yeah.
jog our memories
You know, when I start,
as we talk. Then we go, oh yeah, and that's when it all starts coming out.
You know, when I started this channel, we were all I was going to do a recap every week on Thursday and talk about but you know, that's just it. Then it morphed into what I'm doing now with just having guests on and all that. But if we do once a month where we recap all four, like you're saying, all 4 sessions, that would be kind of fun, because then we can all kind of just hang out and shoot the shit.
Well, you can do
hold Chris back
from getting his work done. Call up the blog. We go through the monster manual or dungeon master guide, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever crazy topics that we went through the last few sessions.
Yeah. What would we call it? What would we call it? Just a Hommlet Dark recap, monthly recap. Hommlet Dark monthly recap.
That's so basic, but yeah, that says it all. So.
Yeah.
What's a thesaurus?
Okay, I'll write it down.
Thesaurus word for recap.
I was
review summary.
Here? Yeah, right.
Recall. Hommlet Dark in review.
We could call it recall. You know, since
yeah, we'll come up with it. You guys are the wordies, so come up with a good
hindsight.
Good term.
Hindsight.
Insight.
Hindsight.
Hindsight.
As in all hindsight is always 2020,
Yeah.
Yeah, our 2020 session. How's that?
We might get sued by ADC.
And Dog will show up and contribute if you make it a 420 session.
Oh, he would come. Yeah, he would come. Yeah. Dog would come.
Well, as I said, if you had Dog and Slash on this show, it'd be a totally different show.
No, I was looking for that what you put, Mike, because I answered you in Latin.
I knew that Latin was to me. I thought that was to somebody else. No, it's under Ask the Dungeon Master on March 14th.
Ask the Dungeon on Discord.
On Discord, yeah.
Okay.
Now I could tried it in Google Translate. I got Tamil, which I guess is a dialect from India.
Ask the Dungeon Master.
Oh.
And it's the thing is.
Yeah, by the way, guys, we have a Discord server. If anybody wants to join it, I can put it's in the show notes or it's in the channel description if you want to check it out. You're welcome to join. It's not a huge Discord server. It's just us really in there just talking crap mainly.
313. Okay. Okay. The Paladin story.
Close game day. It really gets hot in there.
Okay, here it is. Yeah, Thalen Varkalith. I originally thought it was Klingon.
Nope.
Ah.
But wait a minute. I'm going to put it into Google Translate, and I'll tell you I'm not going to tell you what it translates as. I'm going to tell you what it tells me for language.
Yeah, it's the translation I get is Khalid of Delhi is what my parents call me, which is
okay. They're telling me it's Tamil, so I was close.
Yeah, that's what I got.
My parents are my teachers, is how it translates.
Huh.
So I answered you in Latin, and I said, I forget what I said. What the hell did I say? Oh, I closed it already. Great. All right.
Yeah, if anybody wants to jump out, here's the Discord link, guys.
There it is. All right.
Discord.
Why? Oh, I said, why blame your parents? And then I can't even remember what I wrote in Latin. Oh my goodness.
Hey, all right.
Loosely translated, what I wrote is basically, your conversation gives me hit points.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm creating at least 2 different languages, pretty much from scratch.
I just like to make it sound like something that exists because I find that the familiarity tends to help immersion. But the Holy One is your guide through this life. That's what I answered in Latin. So you blamed your parents, and I told you to go back to Cuthbert. You know, whatever. Yeah.
Welcome pronounced similarly. Dreg says.
Tamil, yeah. That's what I got.
Huh. Yeah, Dreg's on the Discord server.
But but if you go to here's what I did. So I put it in the Google Translate, and then it detected it as Tamil, and then I exchanged the 2, and then it gives me the script. I can't remember what it's called, and then below that it gives the translation that it detects, and it's totally not what I wrote.
Okay.
So yeah, apparently it thinks I wrote, and I'm probably butchering this because I don't know this language. Tili kilit apapatitan in peror, and then I jar like a jar call, something like that.
See, now the language of the Cryptosians sounds very much like Greek. And there's a little note at the end of the section on the Cryptosians, and I'm sorry, the wizards, right?
Okay. Thanks for letting us know that you changed topic.
Yeah. Well, there's a little note at the end that says, while many people think that the Cryptosians didn't really exist, and the reason their language sounds like Greek is because it's Greek mythos. But there are also those scholars who would say, no, the Cryptosians taught the Greeks language. Hence the resemblance. So I'm a crafty little guy. I am.
So for the hardcover module giveaways, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, right? Do you think it's okay to give to include ones that have writings and highlights in them?
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can't avoid that.
I've
got some old books and modules that have writing in them.
Here's a copy of a good copy of Castle Amber, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's full, fully intact. You know, it's playable.
That map cover is worth.
These are not collector's items, though. You know what I mean?
Well, they are and they're not.
In my opinion, I'm a collector, but not for the value, but for the content.
Yeah. That's what I think. So, I would hope that I'm catering to. I'm not gonna here's a mint copy of. Mint.
These are good condition.
Yeah.
You know, and these are printed 81 and 82.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So those would definitely be collector's items. I mean, if it was a little bit banged up, I'd go for it.
And Angelo,
myself.
This one is. I mean, this one's nice.
I gave Alex Kammer a copy of S1 that I had that was in a 3-ring binder, hole punched. He had writing inside of it. And I was like, I know this is not really collectible, but I'm not going to play this again. You guys will. So I want you to have this as a thank you for helping me with my court case. And he was like, are you kidding me? This is a copy of S1. I don't care what condition it's in.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
I mean, I'm willing to get some of the reprints
for it. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like all these right here that I have, they're written in. So I guess it's probably okay to start with this stack, right? I mean,
if you're worried that people are going to expect something that they then don't get, then call them junkyard copies.
Yeah.
Here it is.
I mean, Castle Amber,
how important it is to you. You know.
Here's something. A little bit of book history I learned recently. Margins were meant to be written in.
Originally,
yeah.
That's what they were there for.
Yeah, that's true. And we back in the day, I mean, today I don't write in my. I mean, I do. I have a couple modules that I write in because I'm playing them, blah blah blah. But the ones that are on my collection, I'll keep them unwritten on. You
If
know
you
what I
have
mean?
any books before 1900,
But back in the day, you know,
if you have any books printed before 1900, they didn't always put
Yeah.
margins in them. The printing goes
Yeah.
like within, a 1/16 of an inch of the edge of the page.
Yeah.
Well,
You know, I got these two from the collection too. I don't know if you guys can
Love that.
can see what these are.
B2
These
is
are
one of my favorite modules.
B1 and B2, right? I don't know where they came from because I think that these are these are not the
reprint.
original, right?
Yeah.
They're reprinted. So
Yeah.
I don't know if they were reprinted through drive-through or did
They
WotC create these as. Wasn't there like a collector's edition that had these in them?
Maybe.
there was
One
like the
point.
silver anniversary set
Yeah.
that had a few
Yeah, I
modules,
wonder
but
if
they still had the folder layout.
OG.
Yeah,
That was when it
yeah.
was.
I probably
that,
have.
That was when
I
it was
probably,
still just
you know what,
Wizards,
not-
not Hasbro, though.
Yeah, that's how it originally came.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was also a monochrome version that was the older one.
Here's my
that's the
take
one
on
that
those
came with
modules,
box set.
Angelo. If you
Yeah.
buy it, no matter what it looks like on the inside, if you got the original map cover map, man, that is 90% of it. I'm telling you what, these maps and the keys, they just won't do this anymore.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Well, yeah,
Card stock,
but
it's not paper.
I was just wondering, because I want to give away to everybody that's a member on the show and just kind of do something, just to like and ship it to them.
Well,
I mean, I just don't know. I don't know if this is a slap in somebody's
those
face. That this
reprints
is
are
kind of
perfectly fine if you're giving them away as gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta just think it's a gift,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
And just be honest about what it is. That's all.
yeah, I mean, like this one right here, I think this came with the silver anniversary. I think you guys are right. I have to really look because there's no thing in here that says, reprinted 2012, blah blah blah.
Well,
Like I don't see anything.
They would there at least through drive-through, it would put the person's name and account number. I think on the bottom.
Yeah, you're right. It's on the bottom. It's on the bottom. Yeah, you can see. I have so many of those. But like right here on this one, there's this.
Yeah.
I gotta Google.
Yeah, that's more of a book.
What it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it is.
Oh, yeah,
this
yeah.
Is not.
No, yeah, that's definitely a reprint, bud.
Yeah, well, I know it is, but I wonder if this is something. I don't even know what that is though.
The QR code,
Can you guys see that?
or
CSIA information can be. I don't even know what that
I think copyright is what that's about. I think that's the official.
I got this at North Texas last year at the
Yeah.
auction.
nice.
Yeah, that's a good book.
This is
I
in
love that
mint
one.
condition, and it's also a module.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of there's a whole bunch of different
Yeah.
short modules in it. Yeah,
I love,
one of the cool-
if you're looking for old modules, the real one.
Here, so you don't have to open it up. I have one that's open
Oh.
here. So
I'll take a look at
Yeah,
that here
in
in a
this-
few weeks.
yeah, this has got it's got a whole boatload of it's kind of a half supplement, but with mini modules
No,
in
for
it.
sure. I really liked what first and second
a lot of
edition
different
was doing
shorts.
for
And this was all in the TUI era. I
Everything hit
remember
the
that
fan.
TUI kind of had the
one of my favorite
where is it?
wizards, archmages, whatever you want to call them.
Biggies. Yeah.
Maybe my favorite. I love his spells.
Yeah. Yeah, this is I got all the Greyhawk stuff. That's my pride and
So,
treasure.
what do you think?
but all the basic stuff. I'm like, there's dude.
We
bought
create our own spell, Jeff, called Bigby Sports.
so
Finger.
many different
No.
basic modules too. I mean, is there an appetite for like some of the BX stuff?
Yeah.
Like well, not the B series, but like a lot of this right here, like the X series.
I'll be right back.
Like these drums in the fire. I mean, I guess this is pretty good because it's got all the
What?
the map.
You're
is
giving them
complete,
away,
all that.
sweetheart. Why would you worry?
Yeah,
You know?
I don't know. I just feel weird about it. I feel weird if it's written in. I just feel like, yeah. But you got Dark Sun. Did you ever play Dark
You
Sun?
know,
Were you into that?
For as for as awesome as Dark Sun sounds, for as awesome as the world is, the art.
Hey, DM Leo, how you doing, man?
super
Good to
hard-
see you. Thanks for jumping by.
It's really hard to play.
I
If
was
you're gonna
not a
play
big
it
fan of
right
Dark
with
Sun.
no metal and not a lot of magic, it's just a totally different game.
Yeah,
You
I
wanna
never
play-
got into
If
Dark
you want to
Sun.
play Mad Max, you need something else.
Yeah,
But everything about this screams fun and awesomeness.
yeah. Well, it's a yeah.
The whole world is the area we are in right now in Greyhawk. Just slavers and badlands, and everybody's pissed off and can't trust anybody.
Gladiator. Yeah, they got gladiators in there.
Yeah, so
Gladiator.
Yeah, what are you calling Roman
Yeah, Dreg.
advantage?
A lot of the modules I'm talking about are all the Beckme stuff. So yeah.
still
Yeah,
though,
and you're right. BX is easily converted. I don't see a difference between
they're reproduced.
BX
Exactly.
Beckme.
Mark, you're
And I don't see a difference module wise.
No, as long as they didn't add anything or
you
take
can convert
anything
any
out.
of that stuff. Yeah. But anyways, I think for this first one, I'm just gonna grab the first one that I see and just, all right, whatever condition it is, it's gonna go out.
Or you could create a table and roll randomly.
Ooh.
That might be a good idea too, but then I have to sit down and create a table. I'm still trying to.
That's a lot of work for you.
Yeah.
But I could just, I could do is stick a Post-it note on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then see how I and then roll.
In Affinity, there's an actual table creator for you.
Really?
InDesign as well. But I'm going to try and raise you on Affinity because InDesign's on the way out.
Angelo, we need to pick some stuff up from North Texas if you want to give stuff away. I mean, I got these from Darlene last time. She signed them.
Hey, those are mine. Aren't those my
No,
copies?
they're mine.
Not
He
at
got
all.
them for me.
Nope.
Because he liked
yeah,
me.
I was gonna get those from her.
It said to Jeffrey from Darlene.
You want to talk about rare stuff?
Wait. Does it say to Jeffrey?
No, but she
pass
did
on to
sign them.
Angelo from Darlene?
She did sign them.
Yeah. Darlene's awesome. Yeah, she's
North
got
Texas is one
I
of the best.
I got a bunch of her
For
prints.
what we've been talking about for the last hour, North Texas Convention is one of the best to try to get old memorabilia.
Yeah, so it's those small cons.
Yeah, you got that too. That's good.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
She did the original
I
art.
got that one right there.
She did the original art with boobies in the monster manual, and I'm like, Darlene, you know how happy that makes me knowing you're the artist. For everybody that bitched about that.
Yeah.
Well, that
I've got some of those like art cards and prints from Dennis Bouvier.
Really?
Yeah. He actually here's a little bit of history for my Dice Tales. He donated a print that I gave away for the 100th Dice Tale that had been submitted.
Wow. That is Chris's stomach.
I got all kinds of stuff up here. I'm finding
all of it.
Yeah. Dreg says I prefer Holmes Basic to Mulvey Basic, but the way that Mulvey writes and leads his audience is breathtaking. You know what I'm gonna what I'm gonna do this weekend? A couple days here. I'm gonna go through the play module that the solo module that Menser did in the red box. Oh, that's cool. What is that?
Pounders. It's Fuzzy Heroes.
Predecessor or the sequel to the
that was the one we did before we decided it was going to be a hit. So we
wanted
to do something real with this game. And I have all of the old NTRPG modules. Oh,
Oh,
ones that were
original
actually,
ones. Is it? Do you have
printed
two of
and
those
not
copies or
photocopied?
just one?
Cool.
Do you have two
I
of those?
don't.
Do you have one for yourself too?
I don't.
Okay.
because that's mine, right?
Don't forget to save stuff for Magical Mystery Trade.
I have 3
Yeah.
of
So-
those old things, including.
So Greg, this is for you. You like the Miss Dara stuff. Here's so this is a stack too. I don't know if I showed you guys this of some of the collection I bought from that dude. This was in there.
Hello.
Mint copy.
Whoa.
Ooh, nice.
Mint copy of F1. I mean, it's like almost mint.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
I'll just throw it over there. But yeah, this is gonna pull from this stack too. I mean, there's all the old good, I got 3 or 4 copies of all these too in my other room. It's too crazy. I gotta get rid of all this. So I thought the best way would be to give it away here.
My
No,
address is
Well, if you need anything, let me know. And I got a bunch of Forgotten Realms stuff,
Yes,
which I don't.
I
care
saw
about.
the Under
So-
Illithorn. That's one of my favorite modules because it has pretty good rules for 0 level characters,
Oh, okay.
which can be fun as hell.
the ever controversial giant lance, huh?
Oh yeah,
Still
I've got
shrink
that. Now I opened mine.
Yeah.
wrapped? Ernie had
So Agile, the collection
want one of
I
those.
bought too also came with
Ooh.
I want one of
white
those.
box
I used to have one of those.
and another white
Yes,
box.
I need one of
Yeah.
those.
I need one of those
I
too.
got 3 of them.
Yeah.
I got 3 of them.
Well, I'm not
Yeah,
even
I'm
to show
kind of
what
a
I
hoarder.
was
I
going to
think.
show now.
I'm a D&D
Yeah.
hoarder. I think. I don't know.
Hey, here's an idea. Maybe you should put up like a tread or
Yeah,
a
AD&D
trade
is still my
group
favorite.
on the Discord.
Oh, yeah,
You know.
that's cool.
Yeah, that might be fun if
Yeah.
anyone wants to trade for certain stuff. Yeah,
the on-site guy
there are.
from NTRPG.
Oh,
and
You
yeah.
could do it right here too.
I have that. That's the 10th
That's
anniversary
right,
one.
10th annual. Yeah.
Yeah. I was there for that one. What year was that? That was in 2018. Yeah. Yeah, I think I still have the bag and all that. I have all the bags, dude. The bags, the little the Texas bags. Yeah, Agile. Was gonna say something. Yeah, it's still my favorite. He says.
Yeah.
Oh, D&D. Yeah. AD&D is still my favorite. I love all the old AD&D modules. Yeah, that is an amazing collection I bought. And there's still more over there too, and over there. But yeah, it's stuff most of the stuff it's already stuff I have too.
How many
which is
panels
crazy.
does it have, Jeffrey?
That's 3
So
panel,
they
right?
each got 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have
then-
a DM screen
Yeah,
that's
so here's
got
all the.
really thick cardboard, and it's 4 panels.
Is that a newer or older
Ice
than
stands,
one?
You know.
Older one.
Yeah, it's probably the original if it's 4.
I got it in 1982 when I bought someone's collection.
Yeah, this is two 3-panel, and they're all different. This one's
Mhm.
all psionics, which is, I mean,
Yeah, the second one was kind of
Yeah,
useless
it's
stuff,
almost-
but it's still
it's
cool.
almost
I can't find my DM screen that I had from back in the days of all the old school guard that I had sign it. I can't find it, dude. And yeah,
this one
I
does
don't know what
have
the hell
weapon
it's-
speed
used
with
to bring-
Angelo's your DM.
Let me see. Yeah, weapon speed. Yeah. You guys, I use weapon speed.
We were talking to people in
Um,
LA, and everyone's hell
Oh.
no, we don't use that. We don't use that.
Yeah, I love it, dude.
which reminds me, Angelo, do you
I ignored you. I know I ignored you.
do you apply the weapon speed and modifiers to hit AC versus blah blah blah, whatever all that crap, for whom we're fighting?
Do I?
Yeah.
No, I don't. You want to know why? Because
They
the
never
game
ask
is
me
skewed
questions that you don't want the
against
answer
you
to.
Yeah, and also, so the way I play is no, monsters do not fumble. You guys do though. No, they do not get hit adjustments. You guys do.
Gotcha.
And the reason why is because sometimes it works out where you get a plus, and sometimes it works out where you get a minus. So I figure 50%, 50%. If I don't do it, it's probably all works out the same on the monster side.
Well, okay, I'm gonna start running some numbers.
Yeah, it probably is skewed for the monster.
Oh, it is definitely. I can tell you right now, it is.
Yeah, I know it is.
And I sent you that thing about.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Think of it. It is skewed. Monsters have the advantage over the players. Look at the hit table.
Yeah.
Yeah, they use the fighter.
No, they don't. They use they use something totally different.
It's different, and it is geared towards the monsters.
I wouldn't even know that. I'm thinking of the 0 level.
Okay, let me tell you this. So anything below 1 hit die, up to 1 hit die, is a 20 THAC0. Anything 1-1 is a 20. A 1 first level 1 hit die monster is a 19 THAC0. That beats a first level fighter every time by 1. A 1+1, right? So that's a hobgoblin. Has an 18 as an 18 THAC0. That beats a first level fighter every time. 2 to 3, they're a 16 THAC0. Dude, the monsters have a certain advantage over alone just on the to hit tables. Yeah. Hey, thanks so much, Agile. Thanks so much for the super chat, and appreciate it so much. Yeah, thanks for popping in, dude, and hanging out. Super cool.
Yeah, I think you know that I would do a very detailed analysis, like I sent you for Harving's mace weapon speed.
Yeah.
Actually calculated what the weapon speed for Harving's modified mace would be using math.
Yeah, it would probably be the same as the footman.
Let me say this before Agile leaves. Agile, also too, thank you. I don't think I told you thanks for becoming a member. You are entered in the drawing that'll happen on the 30th. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you popping in.
I'll become a member on the 1st when it's payday.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's like, what? I'm going to give you no money for nothing?
Yeah, do it, and you'll be part of the drawing. Yeah, you know, it's you know, anything that anybody that signs up as a member on this, what I'm doing, I'm putting it right back into, you know, Restream or whatever, you know, all that. It helps to pay a little bit of the, you know, out of pocket expenses.
Well, well, I have to wait for the first of the month for my next payday.
I get it. I totally get it.
So yeah.
And so, you know, doing the drawing, I figured it's a good way to kind of.
Well, hey, do you have the complete book of bards?
I do. Yeah.
I love that book. I think that's the best of the books.
I have all the complete. I sold a lot of them a couple of years ago, but I kept, I think, my initial ones. The bards was really good. I like the complete book of bards, those splat books.
Mm-hmm. I also like the elves, but I'm kind of prejudiced towards elves. I like them.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, those things are really packed with some good data. Man. They were really cool. I like second edition. I liked all I think it was an information overload. To be honest with you, you could pick and choose, but you know what you want to play with. But as a DM, if you said, okay, I use all the splat books, do you imagine all the kits?
Oh yeah,
you'd have to know or associate.
That's where you bring in the core D&D CDs.
Yeah. That's the funny thing. Remember when 4E came out? You had to have the program online to make a character. Like you had
just about.
Oh, and I found this one.
Let's see it. Yes. Oh, nice.
I can't see it.
Dude.
Swords and spells.
Dude, if you know, you know.
Oh, yeah. Swords and Spells. Yeah, these out of the splat books that I kept, I
That's
kept
before White
Thief.
Book, right, Chris?
No, Swords and Spells, I
White
want to say
Box?
like 78.
Yeah, well, I mean that was before
Swords and-
White Box.
Yeah,
or was
I'm
that
sorry,
in the White
76.
Box?
74. Swords and Spells was book number 2 of the 3 book.
No.
Yeah.
Swords and Spells is a miniature system.
Yeah, that was the predecessor.
It's a miniature system, sweetie. And it's
No.
actually quite a good miniature
And I'm
system.
not
I
your
really
sweetie.
like
Don't ever call me that again.
it. This is what got stopped
Is
me
yours
from
saying
playing
miniatures
female.
too, Angelo?
But 1976.
Oh, I'm thinking of something else. Okay, yeah, you're
No,
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the dude. That is.
yeah.
There's not a lot of those
I'm thinking-
around. I
I'm
bet,
thinking-
Chris.
Yeah. So yeah,
Well, this one I play. So
these are the ones I kept, Michael. So I kept the Thief, Psionic
Yeah, I have the
book.
Psionic.
Here's your Elves book.
Yes.
Do you have the Fighter?
Here's your Wizards
Whoa.
one, and then the Rangers. I think I still have the Bard one is somewhere around here. I know I have a copy of
So
that.
maybe
I
I
had
should
a
look at
couple
that
copies.
Wizards book.
Yeah, I mean it really, I don't know. We don't do kits, so I mean there's not really, I don't know. There's not super good amount of stuff in there.
well,
But
just let them use
check
the-
it out.
just
Yeah.
let them use the-
When you come up here, you can check it
Well,
out,
use
dude.
the spells out of
Paladin
Honor
Lion's
Arcana.
almost a kit, though, when you really think about it.
No, Paladin, the Lion is a separate class, dude.
Just let
It's not
us
even
use
a
the spells
paladin?
of Arcana.
No, it's not a Paladin.
Oh,
They're
dang it.
Technically, it's a paladin, but
different. How cool.
yeah.
It's a holy warrior. Especially if there's a lot of
didn't know.
crossbow action. You know.
I mean, I need to read that,
And
that article.
stop
specific
talking
to
about my
Dragon
underwear.
Magazine article.
yeah.
Can't help it.
Yeah, so Drag says there are a lot of consistency and good guidelines for 2E. Some of the ways the spells are written out are better. Yeah, we've used 2E to clarify spells
Yes.
sometimes.
Yeah.
We've done that.
Yep.
I know blasphemy, but it's truth. Yeah, it's total truth. Yeah. What was the spell we were looking up to kind of get a clarification?
It was the potion of heroism.
I believe that's correct.
Potion of heroism. Yeah, yeah. So it wasn't a spell, it was a magic
Same-
item, but
same
they
difference.
really clarified it in 2E. It must have been a lot of questions about it, how it was written in 1E. Yeah. Yeah. DMGR4. I don't even know what that is. What's DMRG4? DMGR4? That's got to be a non-TSR module, right?
I think that's the
Or it's the Dungeon
that's the
Master's
DM
Guide.
Green books from second edition.
Yeah, or
I don't
Dungeon
remember
Master's
how
Guide,
which one that
Revision 4.
What's the title,
I'm
Drake?
not sure what that is. Drag, yeah, what is it?
Or you talking about?
DMGR4?
Is that the module? The Elder Elemental God? I have that.
Monster
I'll have to Google that. Oh, Monster Mythology. Yeah. Okay. But wait, they talked about the Elder Animal God in that? Really?
After I started reading through Arcana, I stopped buying the books. Which is dumb because
Yeah.
there's some good stuff in Wilderness Survival. There's some good stuff in Oriental Adventures too. But
Yeah.
I got upset after I read
Oriental
it.
Adventures. I like Oriental Adventures. Yeah. God, our monk, man, he's something else. That guy. Woof. I don't know if it was it's the blue monster, the blue book Monster Mythology. Blue, the blue splat book. Monster Mythology splat book. Yeah, I had a copy. I sold that copy. You know, it's funny. A couple of years back, I think I told this story. I was on, I used to do RPG auctions a lot, and I'd buy and sell a lot of stuff. That's kind of how I met a lot of people through there. Dude, 2 years ago, I decided I'm going to sell a lot of my triples and doubles and stuff and things. Dude, I've made like $15,000 to $20,000 in sales over the year. It was nuts.
Yeah.
But the thing about that is it's a full-time job, man.
Yeah.
It's like I just don't have the time to really kind of. I mean, you have a system as you're going through, but then doing auctions and waiting for a whole
It
7
eats
day
more of
auction.
your productivity time than even like doing a whole bunch of live shows. Yeah.
need
Yeah,
someone
you're
to
sitting
buy it
there
all in one-
answering, you're
one
liking the
swoop.
comment. Yeah, it's super crazy. But I mean, some people make money off of that. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, but well, we had a good
Good night,
show and tell
Mark.
session, dude.
Yeah, I didn't get
Yeah,
any
that's
of
cool.
my goodies. Like I've got a galley copy of the 3rd edition Player's Handbook, which I
Yeah.
needed because I was running stuff at Gen Con 2000. I
Yeah.
have a
Mark the Shark. See you later, dude. Sorry.
I have a 3rd edition Player's Handbook that I got a bunch of people to sign at Gen Con, including Gary Gygax,
Oh,
Tracy Hickman, Margaret Weiss.
nice.
I think I got
Hang on to
Colonel
that.
Zaki to sign it,
Later, Mark.
and pretty much anybody I could find who's willing to sign it. So I
Heck
kind of
yeah,
treated it
that's
like
cool.
a book.
Lou's not doing so well these days. So
Yeah, had a
They-
great.
Who was
they
that?
found him wandering in the desert out by you, Mike.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Probably
he-
just trying to find me.
Who was
I
who was
think he
that?
lives in Utah these days.
Oh, I'll have to look him up.
Yeah.
It's like I found out that he's ex Air Force,
Right. Yeah.
but he was also weather, like me.
Okay.
So we had some great
Hmm.
sharing some great anecdotes from Air Force weather.
Lou is one of my oldest friends in the industry, and it's funny because he always recognizes me but can't remember who I am.
Hmm.
Good.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Luzachi.
Yeah, Colonel Zaki,
Oh,
Zaki
okay.
Dice. He did the original
Yeah.
P-30. Also the what's it? They call it Game Science now,
Right.
but the
They used to make Starfleet battleships, and he came out with the whole Twerps line, and he's done a whole bunch of stuff over the years.
and the very precise dice.
And also ran his own distributorship for quite a few years.
Yeah,
Precision Dice.
Well, I actually tried to talk to him about licensing the Twerps line to us when he no longer wanted to pursue it. And we may still wind up with it one day because, son of a gun, they're baggy games. And I know how to make those.
Mm.
yeah. Here's it.
So how's it? Yeah, hold on to that book, dude. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got stuff with, with Gary's signature.
Let's see,
on it, too.
I've
That's
got,
crazy.
copies of the first 2 Starfire games from Task Force Games. What else? And I got like a couple copies of the Doctor Who RPG by Asa,
which is a really good game, but it's almost a solo game.
almost.
When you're trying to play it with a large party, the problem becomes that there can only be one Doctor Who.
So, actually, I ran a Doctor Who game, the Cubicle 7 version.
Okay.
And I actually I did something kind of, I think it's clever. So passed out the character sheets. One person had the Doctor, because they were
Right.
pre-generated. And then at certain points during the adventure, I would have them swap character sheets. It's like pass the character sheet to the person on your left. So I don't think you could do that in like a home campaign, but for a convention game, yeah, it worked great. At the end, I had them switch again, but then when you open your eyes, you're in a large room with a bunch of tables and people sitting at them.
Okay,
and across from you is a big fat guy.
Yeah.
Angelo, yours isn't faded like mine, and it doesn't have miniature paint on it.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's in a projector thing. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's the add-on for
No,
chainmail.
it's the replacement for chainmail.
Yeah. So
there's no dice rolling in it, believe it or not.
Yeah. 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 Oh man.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna scoot, buddy. getting
me
late.
too.
Yeah, well, you guys, this was fun.
Yeah, this was
yeah, we'll
awesome.
do this one time. We'll figure out a day, Fridays or Saturdays or something like that.
We'll do
We'll
this.
do a
Yeah, we'll do
recap.
it.
That'd be fun.
Angelo, hang on.
Or it could be a Thursday, like a normal Thursday show that we do, and we just all get on.
Just call it in
Yeah.
character or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then forces each to
Yeah,
be
we'll come up with
out of
a clever name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
out
we'll,
of
we'll
character.
talk about it for sure.
The Ook Show.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, you guys. Michael, Chris, Angelo.
Hey, see you guys.
Yeah, let's get out of
Been
here.
great to talk to you guys.
Dreg, Mark the Shark, all you guys that are still
Yeah,
on,
thanks, you
thank you
guys.
so much for
Until
jumping
next
on
time.
and doing
You
all
bet.
that. Hanging out for 3 freaking hours. Holy
Yeah.
crap, it's been 3 hours. What the hell? All right, you guys.
Yeah, we did or something.
Yeah, thanks. This is the DM and friends with my friends here, Chris, Michael, Jeffrey. We got a game in 2
See you guys
days.
Wednesday.
So
Wish us luck.
see you guys
Yeah.
Wednesday night.
Be seeing you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Night.
All right. 3, 2,